made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Well, I can say good afternoon, everyone. I think I had this whole thing mixed up. You see, when you haven't done this thing for a while, and you get more senile, because today's my birthday, and obviously it's a problem because I am not where I used to be mentally, because we started this thing with all the advertisement and we didn't go live. This is amazing. It's hard to do, but we've done it. It's hard to do, but we have done it. But welcome, everyone. I see I have I would say I am the sidekick today. Andre, good afternoon. How you doing? I think I'm the sidekick today.
How you doing? Did you change something?
No, we went live. We weren't live before, actually.
Yeah, no, but the background changed.
I didn't change anything, so I'm not sure what happened. It's gonna be an interesting show because I haven't done this for a while, so it may be totally confusing today. Hopefully, we stay live on the program. We don't cut ourselves off because we seem to be going in a little bit different direction. But
yeah, I think we
want to welcome. Go ahead.
We need to try to rectify something here. But happy birthday! You mentioned today's your birthday.
I stopped counting those things. Huh? You went mute, Andre. I think you got a call or something. I think Andre is on the phone. So what I would say, everyone, is that I'm looking forward to today's discussion. Andre and I will talk about the CONCACAF tournament currently going on, where Trinidad has done well, and Jamaica has done just as well, or even better, I would say. If you were an alien coming to Earth and getting first-hand news of how Jamaica was performing, you would think we're losing terribly, given the consternation of fans around how we're playing or not playing, what we're doing or not doing, and how challenged we are. But I think when you're at the top of the group, there's something to be said for that. But I think the consternation maybe surrounds more of how we're playing versus the results we're getting. Andre, you're back. You're on mute.
Yes, I am. I was just trying to get some help to fix the background because I think
you're good now. I think Manny's came in and fixed it.
Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah. You and I are not navigating this thing well. We are challenged here today. Well, we got to get back in the routine. I get back in the routine, I'll get back to normal, but we're not normalized now. But it's okay. We'll work it through. I was at a conference. I was emceeing an event last week for my old soccer team, and we were an hour and a half late, and I had to be ad-libbing for the entire event. It was just amazing. Goodness. But it worked out well. So it's always good.
So this is today's your birthday. Happy birthday again. Yes. But it's today also your return to this platform, the official return from hiatus to this platform. Is that?
I'm not saying that. I'm making I'm visiting.
You're making a guest appearance.
It's a guest appearance. Better way to put it is a guest appearance.
It's a guest appearance. Okay, that's fine. We'll take that.
Welcome, Eagle Republic. Welcome, Duckland. Welcome, Mr. Anyweather, Mr. Harborview. Glad you could join us. We want to talk a lot of football today. We welcome all perspectives, even they may differ from our own. This is really a free environment. This is not like some countries which say you're free to speak, but only when you support other people's ideology. I want to say this, by the way, before we go further. I don't want to bring politics to the mix, but we want to say we consider what's happening in Europe with Ukraine and Russia, what's happening in the Middle East with the Israeli and Hamas, what's happening in Jamaica with a number of things that have happened, which cruelty just seems to be normalized. What's happening in the U.S. in Congress, which is just a mess. So there's and this is just 4 places across the globe. So anywhere you look, things are happening. But we're here to talk football, so we're going to focus on the football and what's happening. So Andre, you must be smiling today because Trinidad came back dramatically to beat Guatemala.
Yeah, it was a good result, a very good result actually, after going down 2-0. So it was a very good result. I don't know that I am smiling in the way in which you would expect me, because I'm a little bit more, I think a little bit more about the future. And I know you would agree that you would not live in a house without a foundation, right?
No, no, no.
Yeah,
It's
and
gonna fall down eventually.
it's going to fall on
You can't pop it up.
eventually,
Yes.
right? And this is a war. The war is qualifying for the Copa America, but ultimately getting to the World Cup. All right. So the question must be: is this just a battle in the war that we're winning, or are we positioned to win the war? And because I look at it that way, you appreciate the result. You to see your country get points in those conditions, and that could lead somewhere. But you have to ask yourself about the foundation of the house, and whether or not it can take us to where we really need to be heading, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's my take on it. So I can be like our good old friend who who would be we wouldn't be able to get him to stop talking, right? If Jamaica had won 3 games in a row. So I look at it a little bit different. I look at it long term, and after being at the 2006 World Cup, I'd like to see us return, and I just know that the countries that are working towards that are a bit different.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I have a team I set up before I came on the program. I'm gonna put out a little bit later toward this discussion, but I'm curious to see what the coach of the Jamaica team does. But for Trinidad, I think there's going to be a lot of push by a lot of teams, given the number of available places for upcoming World Cup. We're going to push them. There's going to be some surprises in the region.
Right.
Because everyone is recruiting. You look at the Grenada team that played Jamaica. They had some good players.
They weren't bad as a team.
They had some good players. People are saying Jamaica was this and that, but especially in the wing play, I know they had some good players. Players who played for QPR, players who played the Belgian First Division League. They had some good players, and they've been recruiting. So yeah, everyone's making a push. You know what? US, Canada, Mexico is not going to be competing for a slot. Everyone thinks they have a chance.
So if you go back to some of the first conversations that I had when I started to do this, when I was allowed to do this on this platform, some of the very first conversations was about the fact that America, Mexico, Canada is not involved in it doesn't mean that you're guaranteed a spot in it, and everybody would be pushing to get in. And we have a lot of teams that is quite capable of creating some problems. And if you're not, look, to qualify for the World Cup and play in the World Cup, you have to understand world football, right? And I think it will be prudent in any federation that wants to try to qualify to want to play games like a Brazil, like an Argentina, like a Germany, teams that will get you exposed to a different level of football, get your players exposed to a different level of football that will help prepare for that space. So it's still a lot of work to be done. I think, I feel like Jamaica is heading in the right direction, but you hear conversations and sometimes you wonder, as you mentioned earlier, the Jamaica has a lot of quality for sure in the team. And you look at the game the other night, and as you was mentioning earlier, that okay, the game was 1-1, and that's the ultimate goal, to win the game, get 3 points, right? But I think I'm hearing a lot of people talking about the way in which it's being done, and probably have an expectation of the way, the quality to be better. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? You're muted.
I'm sorry. I have a slight cough, so I got to make sure I stay up.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I would say a couple of things. One is, I think, first I want to give credit to Grenada. I was impressed by how they played.
Yeah.
But they were like the US yesterday against Germany. They were lax at the back. They did not attack with the view that I may have to defend at some point if I lose the ball.
Right.
That's how we scored the 2 last goals late in the game, right? You watch the U.S. against Germany yesterday, you realize that the U.S. is poor defensively, but they have mainly offensive-minded players. And if you break the first line of defense, they're challenged.
Right.
So I'll say this, which is for Jamaica. Jamaica didn't play well in the first half. Played much better in the second half. But they played better in the second half when they changed the midfield. So we have Lati playing midfield, who's not a midfielder, but runs a lot, have a lot of energy, good defensively. And we have Lambert, who is an okay player, decent player, gives a good effort, putting a shift, but he reminds me of El Nene for Arsenal. He doesn't really do much than the basic. Pass the ball back, pass the ball sideways. He's not going to drop his shoulder and go by a man and create mismatches going from, or pass the ball between the line, or pass the ball over the top on the dime. He's not doing that. That's not his game. So when you bring in Anderson, who's young, 19, energetic, has some skills, has some passing ability, and DJ, who's experienced, who should get more game time, you saw a change in the team. Because here's the problem that we've experienced throughout the entire Gold Cup and now, which is I may have good forwards, but if I can't get in the ball, it's a waste of time. It's like Jamaica's women's team playing Bunny Sharp forward when no midfielder can get her the ball. It's a waste.
Right.
So it was a waste having those 2 midfielders who are not progressive midfielders trying to get the ball to the forwards. It doesn't really work well. Or trying to link up play. And frankly, my confusion and frustration with the coaches, I don't see those diamonds. I don't see those triangles. My triangle should be between the right back, if it's Lemby or Gray, Hector, and Anderson inside, whoever's inside. My triangle should be with my right winger, my right back, my midfielder, or if he goes further up front, my 2 forwards and my midfielder or my right back. Those triangles are not there. You play games in triangles. And so you sit watching the game thinking, this doesn't make any sense to me. We play the ball out wide, and then the right back has no support, so he has to come back to the defender. The midfielder is not running to him to get the ball. And then when the midfielder goes to him, a triangle should be formed behind that midfielder.
Right.
So he either goes back to the player or returns and go up or go back or go sideways. Those are not happening.
So let me ask you this. I know you have seen the interviews between the time the coach started the job and now. The last interview recently before the 2 interviews before the Grenada game. What are your thoughts about those interviews in terms of do you feel that when you look at the body language, do you feel like the coach is as motivated in this moment as he was when he just came in? Do you feel that there are some things that might be causing the team to not perform at the level that everybody expect? Is he distracted?
So Jamaica is like Trinidad, right? Or the rest of the Caribbean, or Africa for that matter. We're challenged administratively, which sometimes manifests itself with coaching and manifests itself on the field with the players. That's without saying. That's how it, right? That happens. You gotta overcome that. And the coach comes from an environment where he has all the resources at his disposal, right? Come from first world or even second world country, whatever it is. So he's in an environment where everything's at his disposal. It's normalized behavior. And he comes someplace where, you know what? People just seem unprofessional in a lot of different ways. Not necessarily the players, but the administration about how they operate. I can't get all my players in that I want because of money, because of flight issues, because of whatever it is, players not available. As a coach, you're going to get frustrated. That's not my concern with the coach, though, because if you hear him talk, and he seems like a very straightforward person, but he's trying his best to manage what he says. And even sometimes he does say, in a political way. My frustration, I don't see system of play or style of play. When I watch a game, because sometimes you can see coach, if you see Arteta, for example, trying to do something, you can see what he's trying to do.
Right.
It may not work because of the players, you can see what he's trying to do.
Right.
And even people are saying, well, doesn't have enough time. He's been here a year now.
Yeah.
He's had 5 or 6 windows. At some point, your philosophy should be coming, even if it manifests itself completely, you should be seeing what I'm trying to do.
Right. Fair
now,
enough.
maybe the players, because players like Lowe plays the how they want to play. I like Lowe as a player. I think he has ability. But when he gets the ball, he's overly aggressive and he kicks the ball up the field. Watch Hector the last game. Even though the competition wasn't as stringent as others, Hector gets the ball and he goes wide most times where freedom is. but sometimes he make a cue pass inside to his midfielder so they can start the play. We don't see that from Lowe. Ever go inside to his midfielder with a cue pass that befuddles the front line defense. We don't see that from Lowe.
Do you really think he's trying to do what he wants? I mean,
I don't know what he's trying to do, though.
I can't conceptualize that the coach will keep calling a player that is doing what he wants and not what the coach wants. Because at the end of the day, that's the coach's job to put in place a style or system of play that will help the team be successful, and also, entertain people. I know a lot of people say, well, they don't care how the team plays. They just want to win. I watched Brazil, Venezuela a few nights ago. Brazil, two contrasting styles of play, but the game itself, it made for exciting football, and it ended 1-1. Right? It ended 1-1 because, Venezuela worked hard. You could appreciate what they did. They won Brazil. Brazil dominated possession. You can see they play almost they play off of each other. You didn't see you see Brazilian football. You see what you expect from guys with that kind of quality. And they went up 1-0, and Venezuela fought, and in the end, the game ended 1-1. And you walk away from it thinking it was a really good game. Looking at.
Let me answer this question, and I'll come back to you on that point. JT's asking the question, which is, currently, does management take responsibility for the failures of the JFF since he's a team manager? Example, players not getting plane ticket. A team manager doesn't control the resources, the monies, tickets. What a team manager does is manage what he has that is available to him. Management is not the one determining which player get what ticket. He doesn't control the purse string. So I wouldn't, even though I haven't talked to management about this, to be honest. In fact, I haven't talked to management this week at all. I think he and I text a little bit. He doesn't control the ability for that to occur. That's something we'll always seem to have, because people should understand this. I want to be fair to the JFF in some respects, which is this. It's expensive to bring players from overseas to games. Saudi Arabia, Europe, including places like Turkey, we have to take multiple flights. It's expensive. And football administration in the Caribbean, and say even Africa, doesn't always have the resource to do so. Now, if they're playing in a tournament where the tournament is sponsored and they get sponsorship, that's fine. When it's come out of their pocket, even though they may have sponsorship from Adidas and get some sponsorship, it can be expensive. So, and they may have to make excuses of why some players don't get called because they think they can't afford it, and they have to make some tough decisions. So I don't want to make excuses for the JFF, but people let me consider of that, which is sometimes money talks, and sometimes they may not have the money, or they don't want to go out of pocket for a player they believe will not be playing that much in whatever window you're in. But I don't know the facts and circumstances around Cephas, is what you're talking about, why Cephas didn't get a ticket. And he's playing well in Turkey, so one would say, well, why couldn't he come in for somebody else? I don't know what the rationale is there, but I wouldn't blame Manningsman for that. And by the way, Manningsman is an interim manager. He did it in one tournament. He's doing it now. He's not a permanent manager who has been a fixture in the JFF to have all insights about what's transpiring. And I can tell you that Manningsman, Simon, and the coach, I'm sure, all have some sense of frustration based on the JFF is run. But I'm not here to talk about the JFF today. I want to answer the questions when they come. I'm going to talk about what we want to talk about, Andre, which is more around the team, the performance, the coach, his strategy, things of that nature, right?
But
so you were talking about the coach.
I think he's satisfied with your answer, though. So you get an A plus for that, I guess.
I don't know about if I get an A plus.
Well, he says
about that.
He says thank you for the clarity. So, what else could he say? Right?
The manager, for example, the manager can say, well, you know what? All these players have got their tickets, so now I can bring them in and make sure the arrangement for their hotel, what do they have to do? But he's not going to want to put the money out. That doesn't happen in teams. The accountant, the treasurer, whoever that is, or the Gen Sec, frankly, I'm sure Mr. Chung has some responsibility for that, make that decision. Big Deal says, wait, let me answer this. You know what? I'm going to love these guys. Wait. Big Deal says, Franki's TNT is not Jamaican. Actually, I'm not Jamaican. I'm going to admit that. They can't talk like you, but when you have bad breed, I don't go and bad breed and none on them. You know, want to know. Me say me English them days. Anytime Jamaica that track and field athletics, me a Jamaican 24/7. I know everything will work out well. If it's football, I'm Jamaican sometime when I play well. I'm not Jamaican when I play well. I tell you that right now. So when I have bad breed and going on nonsense, me not Jamaican. Me a this one. But having said that, me can't talk patois 24/7. So you can't talk behind the back and me know no way I say. Me fully understand. Anyway, Andre, you were saying, and I'm not Trinidadian, but I love Trinidad. I think it's a country which I'm a critic by say wasted some oil resources, and like Jamaica is challenged with crime and all that. But hopefully the Trini can get them act together like Jamaica and go Guyana, go borrow some oil and do it. But anyway, Andre, I'm digressing.
I pray for that every day. And one of the things that I struggle to understand is we understand the idea of having resources, but how do we seem to struggle with management issues, and it doesn't seem from year to year to be getting better. There's just this continuous mismanagement, and I think one of the things that maybe things are not as bad as they seem sometimes, but it seems that it's really, really bad because there's no transparency. I think throughout the Caribbean, it seems as though nobody believes that they owe an explanation. And I thought Jamaica was trying really hard to do that when you got the new GenSec. I think he was making himself available to people and explaining what took place, and maybe that went away. But I think if you talk to people and share things as they happen or before they happen, I think it bring about a better understanding, right?
Yeah, here's what people are missing. So if you have an organization which has a certain culture, has operated a certain way, and you become new to the organization, that organization needs to undergo a transformation. Mm-hmm. But you can't get buy-in and you don't have the autonomy to execute that. You're challenged, right? Mm-hmm. These people like Anderson and Ricketts and all these people have been there for years after years. And I see Anderson want to compete with Ricketts for presidency, go do the same nonsense they've been doing for years. There is no new blood. There are no innovation. There are no new ideas. They want to do the same old, same old. Mm-hmm. It's their function. It's their business. They want to do what they always do. And you don't have anybody on the outside or a structure on the outside to say, you know what? We can try to get into the organization and change the culture, how it works, the strategy. You're going to be challenged. I'm sure it's probably the same with Trinidad. You have the same people just revolving. It's not a revolving door. It's the same people over and over. Same old ideas, same way of doing things, no new thought to the table. You're going to get the same outcome. And I think that's what's happening.
And there's people who have exposed to environments that have a better way or a different way of doing things that they can learn from if they allow people to just get a foot in the door, right? But once you keep the door shut and you're around people that that doesn't want to change things, it becomes a little bit difficult. And I think the administration of football could improve and should improve, should be in a better state that is in. It's not all about money. I don't think it's all about money. I think there's a lot of things that we can do better in the Caribbean because 2 weeks ago, I listened to a week ago to a workshop put on by Canuck in the Caribbean in Barbados, and there seemed to be good leadership around the Caribbean, right? But these people are in other places. It doesn't seem to have much opportunities in football to bring in new talent and younger talent and that kind of stuff. So because people stick around for
some of the intellectual capital you have in the Caribbean are not interested in football, right? If you may be in sports or some sport, and some of the people you see who you value and who maybe you want part of the organization, they may not have the interest. It's no different from in politics. Look in the U.S. between the Republicans and the Democrats having these very, I'm gonna be careful with my words, seasoned individual.
Right.
And they run the country when you have brilliant minds out there, but they don't want the baggage that come with politics.
Right.
I know pretty people who are brilliant who would make great presidents, great secretary of state. They don't want to be involved in that. They're just like, you know what? I want to live my life with my family. I don't need that nonsense. Even though they could be great contributors to the country, no different from football, for example, where you have brilliant minds out there, but those minds don't want to get involved in that environment because one is they may not like how it's run and got to be part of it. They have a reputation to maintain. That reputation may be soiled in that environment, so don't get involved. So, and by the way, Duckland, if me get vexed, you hear it. If me not really get vexed,
why is your nationality such a issue this afternoon?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I have more than one passport. That's all I'll say. I have more than one passports. And I don't really have a Jamaican one because I can't go away with it. But anyway, don't start me up. Don't start me.
Don't get yourself into trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself in trouble today.
So back to the game against Grenada. The game was 2-1. No, it was 1-0, and then it went 1-1. I think it was. And then it was 2-1 for a long time. It was 2-1 for a long time.
No, it was 2-0. It was 2-0. You thought Trinidad or Jamaica game?
No. The Grenada game, Jamaica game.
It was 2-0.
Yeah. All right. And
then they scored and we got nervous.
Right. And then it ended up 4-1. And they
had chances, by the way. They had good chances, by the way. They had chances in the game. Yeah.
They had some very good chances. I was particularly concerned about the moments that they had long periods of possession in the attacking third and was looking like they can penetrate, and that was a little bit. It looked like the game could have gone in any direction.
So here's what I find interesting about that game and how they played. When they got to just outside the 18, right? They played the ball around outside the 18. Most Caribbean teams don't really do that. Played around for a while outside the 18, looking for gaps to penetrate. So I mean, the defense must have been well aligned because they were playing outside the 18 and they were comfortable on the ball. And frankly, I know they weren't Grenadians. This is going to sound really bad. I'm going to get in trouble for this. Their physical stature and how they look to me, because I've been around Grenadians. I used to play for a Grenadian team. Told me some of them weren't Grenadians. I could tell right away, not all of them, but half of them, I could tell who were not Grenadians. Just how they look. First of all, it's not that warm in England sometimes. So you can tell. But I could tell from their physical stature, some of them looked that they weren't Grenadians. And when they played, their style of play didn't manifest that either.
Well, the fact that they can play for Grenada, that makes them Grenadian.
No, what I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. I'm getting in trouble with this.
Yeah,
I get in trouble with my foot in my mouth.
That's one of the things.
What I mean was that they didn't learn their football in Grenada.
So that's one of the things that I think need to change around our football. When we talk about local players and foreign players, I think it's all whatever country you're talking about, it's all players from that country and it's domestic players probably rather than.
No. I'm going to mention that earlier, which is I don't have xenophobia about foreign because I think if you have that if you have the passport, even if you don't have the passport, if you identify yourself as a certain nationality and you have lineage that relate to that nationality and it's part of that nationality, then you're that nationality. Even if sometimes you don't have a passport. Because a lot of people here, I know, my son is Jamaican. I mean, he's born here. He's probably been to Jamaica not 10 times. And yet, if you hear him talk sometime, I know him operate and behave. That's the culture he learned. That's what he assimilated with. Right. That's what he is affiliated with. That's what he identified with. So why wouldn't he be that, right? So I'm not saying they're not Grenadians. The point I'm trying to make is that I could tell from those how they look and how they played that, you know what? I said to myself, how is Grenada playing like this? Because I know Grenada plays. I've seen Grenada play. They were just better players.
Right.
They were just better players, well-schooled. And here's the thing about football. The most important attribute you can have is your decision-making. So the third goal that Gray scored, people may not have noticed. You got to notice the subtlety in the game. The third goal Gray scored, you have to glance twice to see if he had a better option before he kicked the ball and go. Yeah, it's not easy if you're just watching him go and how he dips his shoulder and cut inside and score. If you look at him and how his head was swiveling, he glanced twice inside to look for a better option to see if there was an option before he decided, you know what, there was no option, so I have to go to the goal. That's a decision making that we sometimes don't teach in the Caribbean as much as I think we need to do, which is there's sometimes 2 or 3 options. Make sure you select the best option to give you the best chance to have a positive outcome. We don't always do that.
But that's part of what makes you a quality player, right? being aware of what the options are, making a decision and executing that decision. And that's something he does very well. I was speaking to someone from Jamaican yesterday, and he said something quite interesting. I don't know what your thoughts on that. For some reason, he does not believe that Gray is going to continue. He's been good for Jamaica, in my opinion, since he came in, but he would not continue down that road, that he expect it to fade away. I'm not so sure why he feels that
It's
way.
interesting because if you look at Gray's stats for Everton, for Leicester, when he was in Germany, it wasn't overly impressive, Good player, good on the ball, played outside wide. On Leicester, he wasn't starting a lot. At Everton, he started quite a bit until when Deitch came in. In Germany, he played. But his play was good, but the productivity wasn't really there. But he's maturing over time. His game normally, the thing I like about Gray, people don't realize, I watch him play and I'm smiling because he's a good football player. But he's also he's not the best two-way player, meaning he fakes, I'm going to use my own term, he fakes defense. He'll run back if he sees, obviously he needs to run back. But sometimes he just get lost because it's not his normal game to play two ways. Just like how Bailey's not Bailey's normal game, which is why Daesh got rid of him, I think, right? He has to learn that. But I don't think he's going to be, against the better teams, as you know, Andre, it's going to be more difficult because you're going to have better players. I think as the lesser opposition, he's going to score like he does now. Because his game is not only scoring, He's very subtle in his passing in the final third. He'll find those subtle passes between the lines that people don't realize that he could be a good 10. And I think he's a better 10 to me because at 10, you don't have to work as hard defensively. You can fake it. You can hide in the midfield playing defense. But on the wing, it's harder because it's very obvious. You're not tracking the right or left back. So I do think he'll continue, not at the same level with the U.S., Mexico, because it's always hard to score against those teams. But with the Haitis, with the Grenadas, with the Trinidads of the world, with the Barbados, he'll score prolifically. He'll score.
Look, the expectation for Jamaica, I think, would be from the Jamaican fan base would be that these guys could deliver in these games and score goals because that's the real competition in the region, right? That's where you want to be. And with so many premiership players in the team who's playing week in and week out, I think it's fair that the public would expect to see their quality, especially in these games.
Yeah, no, I think for Jamaica, here's the problem that Jamaica is facing. So Jamaicans in a whole, and I'm part of that group now. So I'm Jamaican now, right now. So let's be clear on that.
I wonder if Declan agree. Declan's he had been a Guinea.
So here's my point on this. So we have high expectations. Here's our view on this, Andre. Think about our team. So Blake has been the best goalkeeper in MLS for years, right? Just think about the team. Pinnock is one of the best center half in the Premier League. And frankly, I think if Pinnock didn't come play for Jamaica, he'd have gotten a call for England. That's my view, right? Amari Bell plays for Luton in the Premier League. Gray has played in the Premier League. Bailey plays in the Premier League. And Tony plays in the Premier League. Remember, Casey played a couple of games for Wolves. We have 6 or 7 players who play in that level. If you're a Jamaican,
and you have more, you can
get in the Caribbean.
And you have
more. We'll come to that. The view is that if you bring all these players playing the highest level of football in the world, frankly, apart from say international, and they come to this region, and it's not Mexico, US, say even Panama, Costa Rica, those countries, and Canada, right? You should be dominating. There shouldn't be any question about how you dominate. That's the view, which is not an unfair view to have, right? Because if you're saying I have all these quality players, even if they're a pickup team, call them a pickup team because they just come together for these games, your quality should be shown in these games. And frankly, you should be producing outcomes which shows that there's no competition. And the only competition, you should be competing with the US, Mexico, almost at an even keel. Whether that's realistic or not, to me, that's the view. And the question is that a fair view? That's the question.
I think I don't know what challenges that the coach is facing, right? Obviously, there's something going on, and you have to take that into consideration. To get the best out of any team, everybody has to be on the same page. But I think that's realistic, that with that quality players, I don't know, you said and I'm going to be a little controversial here. You said they're playing in the best league in the world. Some people would argue different, but
it's not. No, Andrew, I'm gonna stop you there. There is no question the Premier League is the best league in the world.
So then,
La Liga has 3 teams.
So Harry Kane left the best league in the world to go into the second, third, fourth, or fifth best league.
Yeah. So Harry Kane.
So Messi became the best player in the world without playing in the best league. Neymar became who he is today without playing in the best league. Ronaldinho did not play in the best league in Europe.
Right.
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's just a question, but let me.
so let me address the question before you move on. Let me address the question. Let me address the question before you move on. Because I'm the best player doesn't mean I have to play in the best league. The best league is about a collection of talent. So where's the volume of talent in terms of quality in totality resides today? It's in the Premier League, and the reason why, because they have the most money, and all the good players in the other league, if they're allowed, they buy them and put them in their league. Now Barcelona, Real Madrid, to a lesser extent, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, Bayern, yes, they're going to compete. They're going to have good teams. And PSG, because they have money, because they have the most money in their leagues to buy players. And Barcelona is broke, by the way, right now, because they try to keep up, and they couldn't keep up.
So you just said today, so it changes then. So
oh no, in the 80s, you and I noticed in the early 90s was the Italian league. Had the best player at the best league.
Okay, so it changes.
Yes, Serie A was the best league by a country mile in the late 80s, early 90s. Well, there's no comparison.
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, and La Liga was good in the early 2000s and mid 2000s, but La Liga has watered down to be 3 teams with Sevilla running to win Europa League period of time. But look at the league. The Premier League buy the best players 24/7.
Well, Saudi Arabia is doing that right now. So
no, they're buying a lot of old people. They're not buying the best players, buying a lot of old people.
Experienced people.
and see Pimp. Is this Pimp? Why would I put up something from Pimp? From a Pimp.
You're gonna get in trouble today.
It's not me. It's the name. I'm gonna go with the name. The Pimp agrees with me. The best teams have the most money. Let me just say that. The best teams in football are soccer. This is not the US where you could have the least money and be the top team in the US because you could make the team to the draft. And how strategic you are. You buy the best players because of money game, and you have the best league and you have the best teams. So anyway, except for Man U, but keep going.
So today, if we could switch up a little bit, you've been hosted by Jamaica. The Reggae Boyz has been hosted by Haiti in Trinidad and Tobago.
No, hosted by Trinidad. Hosted by Trinidad, and Haiti's in Trinidad.
No,
I know Haiti's the home team.
By Haiti in Trinidad.
No, it's hosted by Trinidad, the host. Whenever you play is the host. Whatever location you play, that's the host.
Okay, well, if
Haiti's a visitor. Haiti's a visitor. They're not hosting anybody.
They're the home team today. They're the home team today.
They ain't got no home. Home team play at home. If your stadium is being fixed or refurbished, then you may have to play someplace else. That's not their home. They're just as much a foreign to Trinidad as Jamaica is. But Jamaica may be more familiar with Trinidad than Haiti. But Jamaica probably play more than Haiti.
Do you know why that is happening?
Yeah, because of what's happening in Haiti. Because Haiti's having some challenges.
Yeah.
A lot of challenges.
Yeah,
since 1776, since 17 what? Whatever, when Toset Louverture had the rebellion, they've been having challenges since then. It has stopped. But anyway, we could go into history.
But I thought it would have been expected that they would have played in Dominican Republic probably, but that probably was challenging as well. But it's going to be an interesting game. Both teams are away from home. I don't know who's going to feel at home. But do you know, I've been trying to find out. We have a guest that comes on sometimes that I was of the opinion goes to all the games that Jamaica play. Do you know if he's in Trinidad?
I don't think so, because I heard him on the phone on some other site today, on some other channel today. So I don't think he's there. I didn't get the sense that he was.
Okay.
I didn't get the sense that he was.
So he didn't go to the Grenada game, and he's not in Trinidad. Is that what you're telling me?
I think that's right, actually.
Yeah, I'm
almost sure that's right.
I'm going to have to take him up on that. What do you think is going to happen today? I mean, I don't know if I know normally you guys like.
So I know I'm going to put up my team that I picked. Actually,
to predict
this
the
is my
starting
team.
11.
Yes, I did. I had spent time before this program, set up my team. I'm going to add it to the page.
I realize that.
Yes, I spent time. So this is a team I picked, actually. Now, you may see names there, which may not exactly be the case because I couldn't find Lembekisi on there. I couldn't find Anderson. But this may not be the team, Frank. This is just my team that I would pick. I don't think the coach is going to pick this. The coach is very, I want to say stubborn, but he's set in his ways. So I think I'm told he plays 4-2-3-1. I think he plays 4-2-4-4-2. No, 4-2-4, I'm sorry. So this probably should be a 4-2-4 formation I have here. I have a 4-4-2. It should be 4-2-4. Where's 4-2-4?
4-2-4? Against?
It should be 4-2-4. It should be 4-2-4. I should have moved this. I should have changed this, actually, to 4-2-4.
Okay.
He doesn't play 4-4-2. He plays 4-2-4. Even though I'm told he plays 4-2-3-1, my view is you play two forwards. And the last time he played Nicholson and Williams up front, and he had Gray and Bobby Reed on the wing, right? So, and then he had Lambert and Latti in the middle. So I think he plays a double pivot, even though I'm not even sure. Lambert stays home, Latti goes forward. And he plays two center forwards. So I'm not sure what we're saying is 4-2-3-1. I don't see it that way because Williams wasn't playing the 10. So I do have 4-4-2 here. I think it's 4-2-4. That's the team I'm supposing. People would think that Lowe should come in. They'll think that Nicholson will stay in. I don't think Nicholson is going to start. I think Bailey will start. I think he's going to pick almost like a Gold Cup team, except for DJ will come in. But I may be wrong because I do think Anderson may not start because he came in and played well, but he's pretty young. So he may want to play somebody else there. He may keep Latti in the midfield, but that's the team I'm selecting.
So I heard some criticism of Lowe recently. I guess ever since I've been on this platform from time to time, you hear people criticize him. And I looked at him a little bit closer when he plays for Philadelphia in the league, and he's extremely powerful. He's quick. He's strong. The Haitian team show that they have some pace. The last time you played them, they're strong. They have some fast guys up top. If I was picking a team, I don't know that I leave him out in a game like this.
No, he's probably going to start. But there's a team I would pick. But I'm saying he's probably going to start.
Okay.
So Lowe is probably going to start, right? Because the coach, I don't know if the coach trusts him, but he's a veteran player. He's been playing for a long time. As you say, he's physical, he's quick, he's robust. But to me, that's probably also part of his problem. He lacks composure.
Yeah, there's some people that argue there's some technical issues, there's some movement issues. But why would you pick Hector and Bernard or Bernard over him?
Well, so to me, I can't. If I have a center half who's always making rash decisions, always making minimum one a game, it's like Ramsdale for Arsenal. Always make an error almost every game, every other game. At some point, I'm going to get frustrated and say, you know what? I can't trust you.
Right.
I have to be able to trust my center half because they're the last line of defense for the goalkeeper. Okay. And if I can't trust you, that's a problem. He's a good one. I rate Lowe as a player. Physical player, robust player, has some skill, but he lacks composure. And he doesn't make good decisions. And he goes in where angels fear to tread, which is he goes into a situation where he shouldn't go into. When he should jockey, he attacks. When he should attack, he jockeys sometimes. He doesn't support his right back the way he's supposed sometimes. Every ball he gets, 90% of them, he's either go to the right back or he dumps it down the field. Never plays the ball to his midfielders with a cute pass, a look-off pass to get to the midfielder so they can turn and put the defense under pressure, the position under pressure. I don't see that. So even though he's physical, he's quick, he's robust, the other parts of his game, which are detriments, doesn't allow me to trust him to say, I start him. But Hector, it was Grenada. We got to make sure we are qualifying the opposition. But I thought Hector passing was extremely well. He passed extremely well in the game, either to the midfielder or to the right back or to his partner at center half, Duckland. But I think the coach, Deschamps, I should say, but I think the coach is going to go with what he knows, which is some of the players he knows from the Gold Cup. Most of them will probably start in this game.
There's lots of opinions, and that's fine. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. In regards to Joel, Some people saying he's a midfielder. Some people saying he's not. Why would you play him in the right back position?
Lati?
Yeah.
He's a right back. He's a defender. He's not a midfielder. We only play him in midfield. He doesn't play midfield for his club. He plays defense.
But you
I would put him there because
people have played in the right back position.
No, I would have put Lambakisi there, but Lambakisi is not in the system. So I can't put Lambakisi. He's not. If you put Lambakisi in the system, he doesn't pop up. Anderson doesn't pop up either. This is a different Anderson. This is not in the Anderson that is on our team. It's not Karoy. It's just Anderson I pick up because he's not. Both Lambakisi, who's about 20, and Karoy, maybe the youth, is not in the system. It's not on the site, so you can't put them up.
Like this taking players from wherever to play for Jamaica going to your head, like you take to see us now. Just grab someone.
Well, you know what? We did migrate a lot, so we have a lot of people all over the world. We can pull them from anywhere, anytime. So, but I think Antonio has to start. He didn't fly all the way to Trinidad not to start. So he's gonna start.
Yeah.
I think Bailey only played about 15, 20 minutes last game. He's gonna play, no matter if he's injured or not. That's why he's there. He's going to play. I think Gray will start. I don't know if Anderson's going to start. So I vacillate on that, but that's my selection. Bobby Reed will start. He captained the last game. We have no option to Greg Lee. And I think Hector should start, but they probably start low. And I think Lambaki should start, but I'm not sure who's going to start right back.
But Bobby Reed played a lot of minutes the last game.
But Bobby Reed is going to play. I'm telling you, Bobby Reed is going to play.
And
the coach wants to win, though, because the coach wants to avoid get the least ranked opponent in the next round, right? He doesn't want to play Trinidad. I don't want to play any of the top team. Whoever team is coming, if you win the zone, you get a lesser opponent, supposedly.
Right.
So
one of the things that I've seen a little bit is very early on, there was a lot of people, I've listened to a lot of people pushing for Dejan to be in the team and even start. And then the last window ended with Jamaica on 4 points. And as I watch and people put the starting lineup and stuff, it seems as though people have gone away from thinking that he can help the team. I don't know if that's true. Why in your 11, he didn't get a minute in the last game. He's in the team. I think the coach believes that he should be there. Why would you give him a chance?
I would start him. He's young. He's not playing much competitive football. Hasn't played much competitive football in a long time now, apart from for the Jamaican national team. So I wouldn't start him. I would bring him on and give him 15, 20 minutes if the game allows that to happen. If it's a 1-1 game, I probably wouldn't do it either, right? Unless players are not playing well. He's a good player. He has a lot of potential. He's probably part of the future of Jamaican football. But right now, it's about experience, right? You bring the player around the team. You see how the coach philosophy is. You get to learn the philosophy, even though I don't think there's one. You get to associate with the players. You get to engage. You get to travel. You get to acclimate. All these things that informs me as a professional, as a young professional. And you get mentorship from some of the players who are playing at the highest level. He should be around the team. He has quality. He's there for his ability, but he's also there to learn. So I wouldn't start him. I think we have enough quality players there and seasoned players there and senior players there who will take the trek from across Europe to come and play. They should play.
But I think the coach have to be mindful that, guys like Bobby Reed, you can't overwork them. And he played a lot in the last game. I believe he had a goal.
But the coach wants to win. That's the first thing. He wants to win. And by the way, the Jamaican public are very unforgiving about not winning. And as a coach, you're judged based on your record.
Right.
So he gonna lose this game and people lose their mind. I'm telling you.
Well,
right? Even though he has qualified for the next round, if we lose the game, end up playing one of the top teams, and we lose to that top team, we're gonna say, you know what? Goes back to the Haiti game. You didn't make the right decision. You put us in this situation. So he has to play the best team. You can always make changes throughout the game, but I think he's going to play is in his mind the best team. Now let's think about the team that I selected here. Even though I have Bailey, I think that's who he's going to play. Leon hasn't played well enough to deserve his place in the team. Period. That's not debatable. Now, some people will fight you on this. They'll disagree. They'll push back. If you look at his stats, even Gray's stats are his stats, and Gray just joined the team, and his historical stats, they don't match up. If you do it per capita in terms of game played. But the problem is, even if he didn't score or give assists and he played well, he doesn't play well. So I'm not sure how we can justify his place in the team, but I think the coach is going to start it. That's my view. Hector just came back, and Hector was away for 2 years. I used to be an anti-Hector person. I'll be frank. I'll raise my hand on that. Mm-hmm. Watched him play for Jamaica for years. Then I went to Florida during COVID period and watched him play center midfield with Speedy. And I was impressed with Hector, especially his long passing. I thought he played well. He was the first change. I didn't think that was deserved. I think he wasn't treated fairly then. I think he had some conflict with certain players in the team and didn't join up for like 2 years. I was very impressed with him against Haiti. Against Grenada and Haiti. I thought he played really well. He may not start today. They probably play Low instead because of how physical Haiti is. But against Haiti, that's where Low made his 2 mistakes, right?
Right.
That's where he gave away 2 goals, basically. Mm-hmm. And was all over the place. So why wouldn't I play a 6'4" composed center half who can pass the ball? But that may not be the case. Low may start. Well, so here's the thing. For Bailey, most of the Bailey supporters, and frankly, I want Bailey to do well. People may not think so. I want every player who plays at Jamaica, and you hear me talk about Arsenal, how I beat Havertz. I want Havertz to do well. If you're not doing well, I cannot be a hypocrite and say, oh, you're playing well and you should be in the team. No. You're not playing well, you shouldn't be in the team. And if your sustained performances are being sustainedly poor, not even average, you should not start. But the coach will start it. That's what we're saying. Bailey didn't trust his teammates. No, Bailey didn't trust himself. Because he's not playing well. It's not about his teammates. His teammates is playing well. And you know who has shown up, Bailey? It's Gray. Yeah, new to CONCACAF. Just came in. Made the team of the tournament. In fact, he's shown up everybody in the team, frankly, including Antonio. But he's coming to the team and hit the ground running. And I would say that if you think about where Bailey is and where Gray is, Bailey probably played more for Aston Villa than Gray was playing for Everton. And Everton is lower in the table than Aston Villa. So you think that Bailey should be carrying this team, gave me his profile on where he's playing and his reputation, and it's not occurring. So I don't want to spend the afternoon talking about Bailey, but I'm just saying, in terms of players, he's the one player in this team who, to me, is not carrying his weight and needs to do better.
I sometimes people express the opinion that because a player is critiqued, that the person doing the critiquing doesn't want the player to do well, or if the team is being critiqued, they don't want the team to do well. And I don't know that that's a fair criticism. It's footballers, their expectations, right? That's your profession. That's what you do. The expectation is that you keep your body in good shape. The expectation is that you perform on game day. The expectation is you get paid for playing. There's a whole lot of because it's a profession. And if you're not performing, if you're in a sales environment and you have a quota and you're not meeting quota, eventually it's going to catch up with you, right? They're going to try to find somebody who could make quota because the company is about making money. They would have done the sales training and everything else and try to get you in a place where you can perform. But performance is the key. And the unfortunate thing for athletes, for footballers, is that they got to perform every 4 to 7 days. Are they going to do it every single time? No, but there needs to be some consistency, right? So when players aren't performing, it's normal that people would criticize them. And according to you, Stan, playing in the best league in the world, I think that heightens the expectation.
Yeah, and look, he's been if you have a local player who has made it big, everyone is happy. It helps promote the football, promote the JFF, promote Jamaica's football, carry the flag for the country. So you want a player to do well, especially when they're locally developed. Because we don't have the resources in the Caribbean to develop some of these players, even though they may have the physical attributes to attain a certain level. But so every player who play in the Premier League are good players, as he would be in the Premier League. But there are levels to this thing, right?
Yeah.
They are, and I give you an example of where you see this, where coaches just want to win and will do whatever it takes to win. Look at Ramsdale and Raya. That was a perfect example. Ramsdale's not a bad goalkeeper. He's in the England team. Arteta bought him, and yet he's going to replace him. He's replaced him basically because, you know what? There's certain things about the game I need to get done, and you're not doing it. So I have to find a replacement, even though you're a good player. So even though Bailey may be a good player in general, his performances doesn't reflect his ability or his reputation. So if you are Whisper, if you are Cephas, if you are Williams, if you're these players who are not normally starters and you're watching this play yourself out, and you say to yourself, why is this player never playing well? I sit on the bench, I don't get called. I'm playing well in Turkey, for example, and this player gets opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, still not producing. I think I can do better. Why am I not getting a fair opportunity to perform? That's not fair. So Jamaican public may think different and say, no, this player's made a reputation. They're playing at the highest level. They always should play. But the player is not producing. When is it you're going to make a change? You know what, player? You got to earn your spot, or else I can't play you. That's the problem we run into with this. So we've exhausted the Bailey conversation. But the point I'm making is this, is that you have to earn your spot no matter what your reputation is. And if you're not producing on the field, to me, you shouldn't start. You should not start.
Yeah, I think if I thought basketball was the only sport that people get paid and offer past performance. If you're not performing, and people are getting picked, and I'm just speaking generally here, they're not performing, but they're getting picked. It's going to be difficult for the team to be successful. The team has to have, it's got to have a foundation that people understand that they have to perform to be in the team. They got to perform at the club level, and they got to perform when they come to the team, because the coach is bringing it because he believes you can do a job for him. And today, if we look at Haiti's performance in the last game in Jamaica, they were very good on counterattack. They're a very good counterattacking team. They scored the first 2 goals. And I think whoever is in your front, in your attacking line, your front 4 or 5 today, I think they're going to have to be good to beat Haiti.
Yeah, that's my concern about Lowe, because Haiti has good forwards, right? They have a good team overall, frankly. Their record doesn't reflect the quality of their team.
Yeah,
and they're going to be they're going to be desperate today. They're going to be desperate, because if they lose today, then they get relegated, don't they?
Yeah.
So they're in a very difficult situation, difficult spot. But the team that we're, hopefully Antonio comes through. He didn't score in the Gold Cup. Hopefully he comes through today. He's been playing well for West Ham. He's not the best goal scorer, but he keeps defense occupied, which is really important. Keep them occupied. So hopefully he does that in this game, and we can, because he didn't come the last window. He didn't play against Haiti the last game, did he? So hopefully he can play well in this game and occupy the center halves and give some latitude and some freedom to Bailey and Gray. People will say, well, you think Bailey's playing? Yeah, Bailey's playing. There's no way Bailey's not playing. Especially since he didn't play the last game. And Gray will play. I think the coach is trying to make sure, and Bobby Reed will play. Those 3 I'm sure of. The rest of them I may not be so sure of. And I'm sure that Lowe's going to play too, because Lowe, look, the coach has to, I don't want to call it politics, but when certain players have been in the national team for a long time, they're seasoned players, they look at developed players, it makes it difficult to drop them. I'll just say that.
So Haiti has 3 points from 3 games. 3 points from 3 games. Jamaica on 7 points from 3 games. If Haiti lose today, they're gonna end on 3 points. At least by the end of this window. If they win, they're gonna have 6 points. Cuba is second with 5, and Honduras is third with 4 points.
I thought Honduras had 4 points. I thought they had 5 points.
Yeah, they have 4 points. I watched the game the other night. I think they played Cuba the other night. It was slow. It was wasn't very entertaining. It was a very slow game. But Cuba,
so Cuba can win the zone, right? If Cuba beat Honduras, they win the zone, and Jamaica lose to Haiti, right?
Yeah, if Jamaica lose to Haiti, Haiti would have 6 points.
And Honduras can win on goal difference if they beat Cuba at home, and they're playing at home against Cuba, and Jamaica lose to Haiti. So Jamaica needs to win the game and just put it
Yeah,
all
I mean,
to bed,
that's ultimately. Maybe Haiti think there's an advantage playing in Trinidad. You think? I don't know what that would be, but maybe
I think the advantage for Jamaica playing in Trinidad, you're not playing at home, you're Haiti. Even though Jamaica didn't have advantage against Haiti because Haiti was up 2-0 against us.
Yeah.
So I do think Jamaica would have advantage playing in Trinidad against Haiti because if Haiti was at home where they're comfortable, maybe a different game.
Do you remember who started in that game for Jamaica?
Yeah, the center halves were Bernard and Lowe. Left back, I think, was Amari Bell, and right back. Who was right back? It may have been. He didn't get called this window. I'm trying to remember the right back. Javane Brown, I thought, was the right back. But Lowe played center half. We all remember Lowe because he made such pronounced mistakes in that game.
Yeah.
And he got pulled from that game, actually. He normally doesn't get pulled out of the game. He got pulled in the 70-something minutes of that game. So he got pulled from the game. Huh?
Who was it?
Lati, I'm trying to remember the midfield. Lati played midfield.
Look, Marcus Mosiah Garvey is giving his mouth liberty. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago have a good relationship. I don't know that. I personally don't know any Trinidadians that want Jamaica to lose.
They should actually. Jamaica and Trinidad are rivals, but they also support each other, I think.
But there's nothing.
Haiti's always like a foreign team. Haiti's never a part of that mix.
But there's nothing in this moment that put them in contest against each other. So I'm not so sure why that would be the case. So I disagree with Marcus on that one. Who was in the midfield in that game? You remember?
It was two midfielders actually. I know Lati was there. I'm trying to remember the other midfielder, but it was Lambert. I'm not sure.
Wasn't Lambert. The boy with the dreadlocks? What's his name?
Who? DJ? No, DJ didn't start.
No.
DJ didn't start. Maybe if the chat can remind us who were in the midfield. I can't recall. Today's my birthday. I'm seeing now.
Somebody, Jason Kuna is saying Joel and Casey.
Casey Palmer, yes. Casey Palmer didn't come.
Right? He's got the dreadlocks, right?
It was Casey Palmer, yes. Casey Palmer.
Casey Palmer.
And then you had Bobby Reed, Bailey, Gray, and I'm trying to remember if it was Nicholson up front, somebody else up front. We didn't play well against Haiti.
I think it was Shamar on top, right? No, he came on in that game, didn't he?
Bailey started. I'm trying to remember who the center forward was. It may have been Shamar. Antonio didn't come. I know Bobby Reed and Bailey played. I think Bailey. I don't know where Bailey and Bobby Reed are playing. You can never tell where those two are playing. But Boz, I think, started up top. And you had Bailey, Bobby Reed, and Reed. So that was the four players up top, actually. Mm. But we didn't play. To me, Haiti gave the game because they're up 2-0. They got a sitter when they had a breakaway because we were pressing, trying to get equalizer, and they missed that goal. And we're lucky in this. Sometimes you got to cross your fingers for luck. So we're heading the zone. But if you look at the Honduras game, where they the kid played the ball over the bar, could have played over Blake's head. The Haiti game, where they had chances. Those two games, we could have had walk away from those games with no points.
Right.
Would they mean we'd have only had 3 points for the Grenada game? I think we won the Grenada game fair and square, so we could have been in where Haiti is. Now I'm going to say it's all luck. We have quality players, but I don't think we have played up to our potential, frankly.
So how many players from this last starting 11 was not called into this roster?
So Greg Lee wasn't a starter. Hector wasn't a starter. Anderson wasn't a starter. DJ wasn't a starter. Antonio wasn't a starter. So from my team that I have here, so we have about 5 or 6. Because Blake will start. Wade start the last game. By the way, we should compliment Wade. I think one of his kept for Jamaica, he's been a very good keeper. and he's better with his feet than Blake is. Not as good a shot stopper. Blake is an excellent shot stopper. But he's very comfortable on the ball. So as a center half, you're comfortable playing the ball back to him. I'm never comfortable playing the ball back to Blake because I'm not sure what's going to happen. He seems to have 2 left feet sometimes. but no, he does. He struggles. He's like the U.S. keeper who struggles. Even though he's getting better, it's not. They're not comfortable with the ball at their feet. Wade is very comfortable in the ball, and that helps with defending and playing out from the back. So the last game is the most receivers playing out from the back in a long time, actually.
Look, I don't think. Do you think that playing out in the back with the personnel that exists at the moment could be a strength of Jamaica?
No.
Wasn't
Pinnock played last game, so played last round. So here's the thing: if you have Pinnock and Hector and Amari Bell and say Lembakizi as the defense, I'm comfortable with those 4 playing the ball at their feet. They're comfortable. Lowe is not comfortable playing short passes in tight quarters. He's just not. So he's going to go safe and go long when he gets the ball. He's not going to play short in a tight corner to get it back, put his foot on the ball and say, you know what, you're going to come attack me. When you do, the space get created, I play the ball behind you. That's not happening. Pinnock is a very good passer of the ball, actually.
This team today could be, based on what you pointed out just now, could be considerably different from the last 11 that started against Haiti.
It will be different. Antonio will start, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be a lot different.
Bernard's going to start, and Bernard didn't start against Haiti. Greg Lee didn't start against Haiti. The right back will be different. So, yeah, I think it'd be Bobby Reed will play, Gray will play. Bobby Reed and Gray are sureties will play. And Blake will play.
You would expect Bailey to play because he didn't play much in the last game, and I don't.
No, he's going to play. He's going to play.
Yeah.
He's going to play. Lati will play. Whether he plays defense or play midfield, Lati will play. The coach trusts him, even though it took him out of halftime the last game. But the coach trusts him, so he'll play. He played someplace on the field. That's where it is. I think someone reminded me that Lati played center back, actually, which is he's not playing center back for Jamaica. But he plays midfield like a center back.
You know,
he doesn't play midfield like a midfielder.
One of the things that I thought was quite interesting, and I saw that with the Trinidad team as well. Blake had to miss a game recently, and you had your second goalkeeper go and take the game. I believe, was that the Haiti game?
No, Grenada game is where Wade played. Wade played the Grenada game.
And I thought he was good. Trinidad had a similar situation too, and I thought the young goalkeeper was good as well. And I think that's the moment he hurt his hand in the game last night and wanted to stay on. And I think that was the moment that with the game at 2 each, I think that's the moment that the game was won, in my opinion, because even though he wanted to stay on and you can see them signaling the coach he's going to stay on, I think they still made the decision to take him out. I think if your hand is hurt, we don't want you in goal, right? So I think that was the moment. I think if he had stayed in goal, that could have been problematic.
So here's where I think, you sometimes have to give other players an opportunity. So Jamal Wade, since Blake has been Jamaica keeper, it's hard to get into the team, no matter who you are, right?
Right.
He's been stellar in the MLS for years. Very good goalkeeper. Not great with his feet, as we've talked about. So if you're Wade, you're saying, if I get my chance, I'm going to make sure I produce. And he has. So if Blake is not available nowadays, and Blake is now in his 30s, but goalkeeper can keep up to 40, so he still has time, people have confidence in Jamal Wade, especially playing out from the back. He's a good shot stopper. He kept well in the game, but you won't say it's a big drop-off or a huge drop-off because he brings other attributes to his game that then says, you know what, I can comfortable with Wade in the goal. Before we used to say, if Blake is not there, people get nervous. I think that nervousness will get now, recede when people realize that, hey, this kid plays well when he gets his chance and could be the future Jamaica goalkeeper.
And he is playing in the US, right?
Yeah. So Chris Smith is saying that the Coventry coach where Lati plays say he wanted a very good ball playing center back. So Lati Bodere is a center back. He's not midfielder, but we play him at midfield. And frankly, I think we need to go search for more midfielders. Anderson looks good, by the way. The kid that's 19, if he continues to grow and develop, he seemed to have a complete game and not just one-dimensional. Not just
why not develop
play both.
Why not develop some more center backs instead of go search for some more center backs? This is not a
I said develop midfielders, not center backs. CDM. We need a CDM. We need a real CDM, a ball winning CDM.
I think
we don't have one up to now.
What's the name? There's one that I keep hearing the name coming up. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he's not called into the team, and there's some I think quite a few people have expressed that they think he should be able to do the job. I can't remember his name at the moment.
Well, if we're searching for players in the EPL or in England, there are players like Cameron Archer. There's players like Ramsey, who's at where his brother plays for Aston Villa. He just got sold to Burnley. We talked about Greenwood previously. There are a bunch of players with Jamaican heritage who couldn't do a job for us. We have one CDM, I won't mention his name, we've been pursuing for years. I think we should give up on that trek. I'm sure there are other CDMs, other players in England who have great potential, who are young, who we can go scout and say, you know what, let's do like how Brighton does. Let's go pick the gem out of the lot someplace, bring them in, season them, and get them up to speed. Whereas looking for just ready-made players sometimes. They're very good quality young players who have Jamaican heritage, who I'm sure can fit into the team. And just like our whispers in the team, we bring them along and make sure we nurture them and they can get to the team and do well. So we should think about that. We're very fortunate as a country to have so many players. And we'll see more in the US as time progresses, by the way. So we haven't even got to the US yet about players coming through the ranks who have Jamaican heritage. We have tons of them who are coming through the ranks who will supplement what we have. But I would say this also, the JFF did a better job of developing football in Jamaica. So we can have three key locations, plus others, where we can pick from this volume of players who are quality, where we can have competition for places in every position, which we're now seeing more on the wing play. We'll see more. If we have Gray and Reed and Bailey, and if we bring in Greenwood, and if we go get Nelson, we'll have competition for places. So then your game is not guaranteed. You have to produce or you don't play.
I don't know how the Caribbean process it, but I've seen where on the women's side of the game, Mexico in particular. So for example, at the highest level in the youth women's game here, they have a national tournament every year where the teams you qualify to get to that national tournament. And I know people that coach in that space, and the Mexicans in particular, they would have people there. They would have people there watching. They will contact the coaching staff. They would want to know everybody who is eligible, who has dual passport, that they can have a look at to find players for the national team. And for some reason, I'm not aware of it happening for Trinidad. I think sometimes, like right now, there's an under-20 tournament coming up, and I don't know if we have an under-20 squad that we're even aware of in terms of, because the birth year for that is kids born in 2005. Right. The last tournament, the last national team we put together under 17 was 07 and 08. So a lot more could be done in that regard, especially when it comes to the USA, which is right next door. I mean, in Jamaica's case, you could be in the USA in a couple of hours, right?
I think for Trinidad and Jamaica and Haiti, most countries, Barbados, all those countries that have a myriad of people in the US.
Yeah.
At some point, you'll be able to build your team from the US, frankly, then even go to England. Because England is getting stretched now, right? I mean, we had the Windrush generation from way back in the 50s and 60s. Some point that connection, given even the distance, is less than so. Much more so with the US, where it's a generation from the 70s, 80s, 90s, continuous, more for the US, for the Caribbean. So teams like Trinidad should be able to pull players from the US at some point. if those players decide to get their Trinidad nationality and play for them, just like Jamaica should be able to do so. So you'll see more of that. The problem I think that the federations face also, Andre, both Trinidad and Jamaica and other countries, is it can be expensive, right? If you have local players and just moving them from Trinidad to Jamaica or from Trinidad where they're going, it's easier. You ever fly them all around? It can be pricey. I go back to money again. Money talks.
Yeah, but they're okay. So the federation, and this is what, if we accept that as a legitimate excuse, and I'm not saying it isn't, right? It is more expensive. Let's stipulate that. But if our source of funding is primarily from FIFA, and we don't work to generate revenue, then that problem will never go away, right? And there's also funding available from FIFA to help with flights. I think at the tune of $200,000 or something like that. That could help out the situation. Do we access that money? But I think ultimately we need to figure out how to generate revenue from football, so that we can.
Andre, I agree with you. But then we got to think about, as we talked about at some point in this discussion, which is around the federations, how they operate, the people they have in place. Sometimes don't lack the necessary competence to do their jobs really well. So you're going to have some of these challenges not being mitigated or resolved because of these individuals. I'm going to go to Chris Smith question. Says, Frankie, what has Whisper done in football to justify his selection? Anderson is a professional footballer playing every week, starting in League One. Look, I think, I don't get into this politics again, but Whisper is a good player. Let's get this right. And he's going to be contracted with Chelsea, who is a top Premier League side. So it shows he's been scouted, and I think he's a good player. But he's also a locally developed player. That's right. And local developed players are going to be seen earlier. It's hard to go scout people in League One and League Two and Championship, right? Unless somebody tell you about them. But you see the local player every single day. He played for KC, of course, in Jamaica football. And he did really well. He's got a contract overseas, which suggests that people are saying he has potential. And the coach believes he can add value. And frankly, let's be honest, when he played in the Gold Cup, he played well. And he scored a goal. His stats are probably as comparable to Bailey. I hate to throw that out there, but he hasn't played badly. Defensively, he's a little bit lost, to be honest. But offensively, he can play.
Look, we have to be careful, right? We have to be careful. By the way, the player I was talking about just now was Anthony Grant. I keep hearing that
Anthony Grant should be retired. Look, I can't argue about this. Anthony Grant did a yeoman's work for Jamaica. But I'm faster than Anthony Grant, and I can't run. Okay.
Well, but playing in a six, I mean, Busquets is not.
No. Quick. You need no. It's heresy. It's heresy to call Busquets and Anthony Grant in the same sentence. Heresy.
Okay. Right.
Heresy. Let's not do that.
Let's get so to your statement, and it's a very difficult one. It's a very difficult one, and when you open the door to certain things, then it's hard to close it back. Okay. I believe as a national team, you should have criteria for being selected for the national team. That's number one. Number two, there can be exceptions to the criteria, but the exceptions must be circumstances that's not easily met. So tomorrow, we are not saying that we need to have an exception again, an exception the day after, and one the week after. So, I've seen where some people, like this particular question, it's one that could create controversy from time to time, or every time it comes up, because is the question a bad question when it comes to having a criteria? But at the end of the day,
so Andre, the coach.
Hold on, let me finish this. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, though, it because of the potential of the individual, right? Making an exception now could serve Jamaica well in the long run, right? So
yeah, that's the point. That's what the coach is doing.
Right. So I get that, but I don't know that there are persons that keep bringing it up. I'm not sure that everybody understands that was the coach is doing.
Well, no, I think people are saying there's hypocrisy, right? And if people don't think that they're hypocrites in some way, shape, or form in life, they're confused. We all are hypocrites. It's do as I do, don't do as I say. I mean, do as I say, don't do as I do. Everybody does that in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
So here's a comparison. People are saying, well, you say Ravel doesn't have a team, and you can't bring him to the team, he gets a team, but you bring in Whisper in who doesn't have a team. Right? He's contracted to a team.
Right.
But what the coach is thinking, in my view, is I got 2026 to worry about.
Right.
It's 3 years from now. I need players with the skill set, the ability, and if he gets the training at Chelsea, I expect him to get, and he's part of the program, it's only going to help in his development. So let me do that now. Let me invest now for the future versus thinking about winning today alone and not looking ahead down the road.
So should he?
So he's investing now for the future.
Should he explain to the public? Does he need to, or does and if he explains it, does it make it easier for people to understand and work with, especially those that don't agree with the idea for whatever reason?
Andre, let me stop you right there. These are Jamaicans you're talking about. So when a Jamaican is setting his ways or her ways, no. When they're setting their ways, you could have come up with 100 arguments. It could have been logical as tomorrow. It's like trying to explain the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Right.
People are entrenched in their seat in terms of the ideology, in terms of what they think it should be, and you can't change your mind no matter what you say. No matter how logical you are, no matter how sound your argument is, no matter how well you position your argument, it doesn't matter. So if I believe Whisper shouldn't be in the team, and I can say, here's why he shouldn't be in, it's like, think about Gareth Southgate and playing Phillips and playing Maguire, who are not even playing for their club's team, and he says, well, you could have to play to get game, and then those players are not playing because he's a hypocrite. That's what a hypocrite is. Because he says one thing and he does something else. That's the same concept with Whisper, and some people who view that Whisper shouldn't be in the team because whether it's ability-wise, even though I don't think that's the case, or they say he's not playing any football. So how come you don't have a team and you're not playing football and you haven't played at the highest level? What's your rationale and criteria for getting into the team? And they won't change their mind. I'm telling you, it will not change their mind, no matter what you tell them. So the coach could explain till tomorrow. At least he provides an explanation. His views are not going to change. Not going to change. Look, and Ravel has produced the national. I'm a Ravel supporter, by the way, and I think Ravel should be the team. But I have to accept that, you know what? The coach is saying we have moved on from Ravel, basically.
But so I guess unless he starts playing in a club somewhere.
Unless he's playing in a club and playing well, yes. And you know, Ravel is a nomad, so you never know if that's ever going to happen. He's a nomad. He's been a nomad for most of his career. Good player, good in football intelligence. Just can't seem to settle down any place and do well. On a sustained long period, it doesn't happen.
Look, at the end of the day, I think you always have to wish young players well. We would never know all of the details surrounding why certain decisions are being made. And I am sure that Whisper wants to play for Jamaica and wants to play well. I'm sure he would be playing for Chelsea or somebody tomorrow if he could. He's just in a moment in transition, just waiting on waiting to get in, and we just gotta to wish him luck and hope that he performs when he gets his chance. You know,
the kid has not disappointed when he gets his chance. He's not got a lot of chances. He hasn't started a game in the last window and may not start one this window, but I don't think he has disappointed since he started. I think he has done okay. So I think look, here's the difference. So some people here's the entrenchment. So they support Bade no matter how bad he plays and they want to play. They don't support Whisper because they're saying he hasn't done enough to be in the team. But when Whisper plays, he plays okay. We can't see a game that Whisper played and say, no, he had a poor game. We can say that about other players.
Right.
And other players have played longer, played at higher level, more seasoned players, but we have to maybe trust the coach in some instances and hope the kid produces. But I think he's thinking 2026 versus just now.
I'm trying to find the link here. Our friend wants to join us. But I'm going to tell him
there can be only one friend. There can be only one friend when you mention that.
But he's gonna have to behave if he's gonna. So
you're the one put him on. So if you put him on, you own it. I don't own it. I'm not taking responsibility for that. I don't own that at all.
We're gonna have to put down the rules, and if the rules are not.
Some people don't subscribe to rules. They have their own rules that they operate by. So
they have their own rules.
I think someone was saying that Whisper started in Honduras match. I can't recall actually. See, I'm getting C now. That's not good.
In the Honduras match. Look,
yeah.
One of the things with young players, Whisper, having worked with young players for a long time, Whisper has got to be hungry to get into that team right now.
But the problem you have, I'm sorry, Andre. The problem you have, Andre, is that you can be as hungry as you want, but if you're not playing someplace and have week in performance to judge you, it's hard for the coach to start you right away, isn't it?
Right, but if you're the coach that's bringing him into the national team, then you have to be thinking, you're probably thinking that he has something to offer, and you just may take that chance. You
remember that old show with the genie where you say something like Shazam and the genie appears? You mentioned Anthony Grant, and somehow by telepathy, the information again transmitted someplace, and then somebody wants to come. It's amazing.
Somebody wants to come in, right? Well, we're gonna see, but he has to use camera. I hope he knows that he's got to be on camera.
So we don't do shows without camera, by the way.
Yeah, he's probably listening, so he's got to be on camera, and he's gonna behave. He's not gonna dominate the conversation.
No, I'm telling you, there are certain people that use the word behave in a sentence that their name. There's no such thing. What do you mean behave? What does that mean?
Well, we
might as well say beehive or something. He ain't behaving. Doesn't know how to behave.
We're gonna have to say it in a way that he could understand it.
I wonder what language that is.
Well, we.
So, what's your prediction for the game today? What's my
prediction for the game? So the last game ended 2 each. Haiti, both teams is away from home. Look, the expectation is that Jamaica could win the game. Are you looking for a score, or are you looking for
just the outcome, not score necessarily?
Just the outcome.
Who will win or draw? Who wins or is a draw then?
I expect Jamaica to win the game.
Okay, interesting.
I expect Jamaica to win the game. The score is going to be hard to predict because Jamaica have the quality to score a lot of goals at any time during the game, because for the simple reason that not just the quality of the players, but all of those guys are match fit. They're playing football every week. And I think so they have the potential to score a lot of goals, a lot of quality they have in the team.
But as I mentioned before, the ball has to get to them so they can score, right? That's part of the problem you have.
Yeah, the ball has to get to them. The ball must get to them.
Dwight just said to smash. You and I should just stop talking. If the like button is not being smashed, then we should even stop talking, because
it might be.
My mouth is getting dry. I have to drink water, and people are not liking my stream. I don't know how that works. So please hit the like button, people. We appreciate it. If you don't like the stream, then others won't see it, and the algorithm. When I listen to this YouTube channel, said there's an algorithm involved that if you have most likes, then it gets, cascaded and more people watch it. So please do so.
I wonder why. I wonder why. Is this cataract here?
Oh Lord, no, that's not him. That's management. That's not cataract.
Okay. And
management is not here.
Yeah.
You sent him the link. Did you send him the link?
Yes, I sent him the link already. I see Ricardo Baggio here is supporting him joining the show.
Well, he has more than one. He has about 3 people supporting him. So we should ask the question of the audience: Should we allow Cataract to join the show? I don't know how to do polls. I probably put up a poll before we let him in. Should we allow Cataract to join the show? That's the question. Just a yes or a no will do. We don't have to have some soliloquy on this. And as Duckland is saying, please smash the like button.
David said yes.
So David Cope, that's an interesting name.
It's a new name as well too.
No, it's a known name. So there seems to, well, Travis is saying no. I guess Travis and Ketterak are not on the same page.
So that's
Kevin is saying yes.
That's 3-1, right?
I don't know how to, I don't have the stream actually. So you gotta be able to send it to him.
No, he's got it already. I don't know why he's taking so long.
Oh, okay.
Because
when he comes, I'm going to take a break when he comes and go watch the show because I know how this works.
No.
When he comes on, I take a break, go watch the show because I know how this works.
You're not taking a break.
Wait. So here's this comment by Ricardo. Say, "Cranky, you too magical likes." You like Ryan say, but the others, no, we're not bad man. No, we are peacemakers. We're not into the war business. We are peacemakers. We're not into the war. We act nicely, and hopefully people respond to niceness versus badness. We don't do the badness thing. But no, if people can hit the like button, that'd be great. We'd appreciate it.
So Cataract, this is your moment to jump in the show, my friend. As you know, we are 1.5 hours in.
Yeah, we're gonna finish in the next 27 minutes. Actually, we're only going for 2 hours.
Yeah,
I have to go eat my birthday Sunday dinner. I have to go eat before the game. So I have to go eat my dinner. And people, I'm getting looks as if it's your birthday Sunday. What you doing, huh?
What you having?
So I'm God blessing because our birthday on a Sunday. I'm God blessed. Anyway, what are you saying?
What you having for dinner? What are you gonna do next year when it's not on a Sunday?
Well, I'm a vegan, so there's no meat involved.
Okay.
So I don't know what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have some salad, and I have to eat my provisions like banana and some white yam, and then I don't know what else is there to drink, and then some sauce-up juice. That's me.
Ground food, my.
Yeah, I have to eat some starch. There's no protein involved. I gotta get some protein too. Maybe I get some chickpeas or something to add with that.
Well, don't worry. Just make sure it's good and enjoy it. You run out of time, my friend. You need to join us so you can say your piece. So look, the surface is good. I think it's as good as the last surface you have. It probably is better than the one that you played Haiti on the last time. We don't know. We're about 25 minutes away from the starting. No, probably even longer. The game is 8 o'clock, right?
The game is 8 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, so we are 1.5 hours, 1 hour and 25 minutes away from them releasing the starting lineup. It's
yeah. Mr. United, I don't know any vegan restaurants in the Queens. I know in Brooklyn there's Verdure, which is not far from me, and basically Verdure is owned by, I think Lenny Hyde family actually owned Verdure. It's a really good vegan restaurant off Flatlands Avenue, close to 78th and 77th Street. So you can go visit them. They serve very good vegan food, actually. But I don't know any vegan restaurants in Queens. You were saying, sorry, Andre.
No, I was saying that the conditions today should be the pitch is bigger than the pitch in Jamaica. I think one of the things that was discussed the last time is potentially the smaller pitch could have affected the way we think Jamaica want to play. And I don't know. I don't know what the coach is saying to the team, how he wants them to play. But with the quality that they have, you'd expect that Jamaica wants to put the ball down and make the pitch big and be expansive and play football in a particular way. So the pitch will be bigger today. And hopefully Jamaica could be a little bit more convincing in the way they play and score some quality goals. It's about time, right?
It's about time. By the way, Jason, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. And thanks for the blessings, along with Mr. Yee and Ricardo and all everyone wishing me blessings. I appreciate the blessings. And by the way, people, you can bless me because Andre, this is an announcement, Andre. This is an announcement. I'm starting my own YouTube channel next year.
Next year?
I'm gonna jump into the YouTube. I'm gonna dip my foot into the business of YouTubers. Yes.
You know what you're gonna call it?
No, I'm having more than one channel. I'm having like 3 channels. I am gonna have a sports channel. I'm gonna have a social channel. I have a business channel. Because I have a lot of social things in my mind I want to talk about, and I can't do it on a football channel. No.
I would like to find someone that want to run one specific to Trinidad football.
I'll bring you on as a guest on a regular basis. You want to talk Trinidad football? I'll bring you on as a guest. I won't bring on Cataract though, because it's my channel. I won't bring on Cataract because if we cut people off of my channel. So
before you start engaging him, Cataract, we've been having today's Sunday. So
you start begging already. You start begging him to come on the channel. You start begging already.
Today's Cronky's
you beg him, Andrew. You beg the man.
No, I ain't begging him. I laid nothing on here. Today's Cronky's birthday, so you could probably tell him happy birthday, right? And I don't want to. He has a nice little vibe going, so please don't make any trouble. What's that on your chest?
Yeah, what's that on your chest? You're wearing a yellow shirt, like a bunny, bunny you.
It's the psycho bunny. It's the psycho bunny.
It's the psycho bunny.
Right. It's not a mad rabbit. Oh, here goes the birthday boy. Blessed Earth Strong.
I'm not running. I have to step away for a minute. I'm not running. I'll be back. Give me a second.
Well, that's the quickest step away I've ever seen in my life. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my friend. Why do you have to have those bars behind your head there? Why do you have that?
My bars?
Behind
because
your head.
I'm an oligarch.
on your window, why do you have
because I'm an oligarch and there's a large stash.
What you don't
That's what oligarchs do. I've got bars, I've got lasers,
okay. So look,
oligarch lifestyle.
So talk to me. We discussed a number of things.
Yes, I was listening in.
You were listening, okay, and one of the things that there's a game tonight, and Cronky, he had up when he comes back, he can put it back up for you. But who you think is going to start tonight? What are your thoughts?
I don't think the coach is going to deviate much. I know who I would like to see. And
who would you like to see start tonight?
My starting lineup, if you're able to put it up, that I would like to see, but I know it's not going to be there. Up front is where I have most of the changes. I would love to see Damari Gray on the left.
Mm-hmm.
So Stan, I understood you had a potential starting lineup. I would love to.
I have to go find it, Cataract. I don't know what I did. I struggle with this system. Even though when I do my own YouTube thing, I struggle with this. So let me go try to find it. I'll come back to you. Let me go in the background and do this. You can talk because that's what you like to do. So you can talk for the next half hour till I find it.
But
you can speak for the next half hour till I find it. So keep talking. Do what you do best.
I also want to say to everyone before I say anything, any reports of Cataract seeking to smuggle delicacies out of Trinidad are fabricated and not true. Want to put that there. Just want to put it. Sweet or savory. It's not true. It's totally made up. Right? Okay. Now, I'm in love patty and these things. Anything else?
So this is the trouble we have with you. You need discipline. You started to give me a lineup. You mentioned Gray. No. Then you spoke to to Stan about his lineup, and then you went about some story about fabricating stuff about you. You need discipline. So let's get back to the
Stan said he was trying to find him. So the potential lineup I'd like to see up front, and when Stan gets his hands around heads around the whole computer literacy thing. I think that the lineup that would really devastate that would really devastate Haiti tonight would be Damari Gray on the left wing, Shamar Nicholson at center forward as a target man, Michael Antonio on the right wing, Bobby Reed in the hole in the number 10, Keroy Anderson alongside Kevin Lambert in the center of the park. And in the back line, I would have Gregley, Deshaun Bernard.
Was at left back?
Greg Lee at left back, Deshaun Bernard, Michael Hector, and Dexter Lembekisa at right back, Andre Blake in goal. And I believe that team would do damage. I, however, expect Damian Noah to be called back into the lineup. And Bernard.
So wait, Ketterak, stop there. What do you want? You want your team or what the coach is going to be putting out?
Well, I'm not the coach. I'm just.
No, I'm saying, but sometimes we pick our own team, but then we also say this is what the coach expects from the coach. So which one do you want me to put up?
So you can put up my team.
Okay.
Because I think we pretty much know that with the coach, we're going to see Lati Badera and Kevin Lambert in the center of the park. He's been sticking with that. So you have who?
So what do you want? Tell me the players now.
Okay, so I want Shamar Nicholson up front in the number 9 as a target man.
You want Nicholson?
Move Damari Gray. Move Damari Gray to the left wing, where Bailey is, and put Bailey to rest and recuperate on the bench.
Oh, so you want Bailey out?
Yes, sir. No, I just want him to rest and recuperate on the bench because some people don't like to hear the word Bailey and out. Shamar Nicholson.
You know, Latimer is not. Wait, once again. Oh, you want Nicholson up top?
Yes, Nicholson up top.
People bear with me. I'm very slow on this.
Unfortunately, the government has closed Jamal. So.
Wow, the man classified me as a Jamal literate or illiterate. One of them. All right, so who you want now? Who you want where? Let me.
KY Anderson on the right hand of in the 6.
He's not in the system.
He's not in the system.
I
think we found an Anderson. Dejan Anderson.
Yes, I did find one. So Dejan Anderson, fine. Okay.
And I would have Dejan and Kevin Lambert in my midfield.
You want Lambert, okay.
Yeah. And I'm just because in the start of the game I believe we're going to need some steel in the middle of the field. On defensive cover. Because the partnership between Deshaun and Hector is pretty new. So that's the reason why I went for Lambert and not Daniel Johnson. And Daniel Johnson would be my first change, actually.
So who you play? You're playing lower Hector here on the right.
For me, I played Bernard on the left and Hector on the right.
No, that's not how they played the last game. Come on. He played Hector right and he played Bernard left the last game. So why would he change that?
That's what I just said. I said Hector.
You said you put Bernard on the right, but he played Bernard on the right. Okay, that's not what you said, but okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the one.
Right. I would like Hector on the right of my central defense, and this really is a testament to because he really had a standout game the last match, and I want to see if he can do that against a better opposition.
So who's your right back?
Dexter Lambekisa, without a shadow of a doubt.
He's not in the system, by the way.
Oh, well, he was. Yes.
No, I don't see him.
Right. Dexter. He's in the system.
No, he's not in the system. He's never been in the system. He's not in the system, I'm telling you.
Dexter. Just type Dexter. Oh, Lord, he's going to try and... Dexter.
Okay, I see him. Okay, so I'm wrong. He's in the system.
You see him. Okay. Not the first time you are. There he is.
I know you take pleasure out of that. So I stand corrected. He's in the system.
Not for the first time. You have to be correct.
So let's keep going. So that's your team you're picking?
How can I keep going? I have 11 players. Where does he want?
Those in the chat. Wait. Those in the chat. So this is Cataract's team. Yes. Let me see your grade for Cataract's team.
Let me ask him a question while they're grading his team.
Sure.
What is your rationale? Your football reasoning?
Sure.
In Antonio as a right forward.
The reasoning is that currently Leon Bailey seems to be carrying a major injury. and did not look himself when he came on against Grenada, and his knees was heavily bandaged, and he had some heavy bandage, I think, on his thigh, and I wouldn't risk him.
So why would you not play? Why?
Ronaldo Cephas seems not to be chilling in Turkey, and the JFF didn't deem him deserving of a business class ticket for a 24-hour flight to come here. And so he would have been starting for me if he was here, CFS.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What history does Antonio have in this position?
Oh, wow. Good afternoon, Andre Gray. Welcome to Mikel Antonio's life, which started as a right back.
Yes, but
at Sheffield. No. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. He then moved on to be a right wing back and moved to West Ham as a right winger.
Right. So let's clarify.
He has several seasons in West Ham in the Premier League as a right winger. A decision was made when David Moyes took over West Ham at this time, that because of his frequent injuries, because of the overuse of pace on the right wing, they would bring him into the center, into the number 9, to try and extend his career. But I don't think one game is going to kill the general.
All right, so let me say to you, I asked the question.
Yes, sir.
So that you could explain why you're saying that. It's not because I don't know his history, so that you could. Duklan didn't agree with your decision to put him at right back. So I'll give you a chance to explain. So please don't attack me because I'm giving you an opportunity to explain. But let me ask you.
Duklan doesn't agree with anything.
Let me ask you this. All right, you're getting good points for your starting 11 here. You have been an advocate. You have been an advocate, a very strong advocate for Dujon Whisper, Richards. If you don't think that Bailey is going to start because he's injured, why would you not start him in a position that he should be strong in? You've been an advocate for him.
Mikel Antonio was on form. Plain and simple. And Mikel Antonio is Premier League quality.
Well, put Mikel Antonio in his position.
I have Shamar Nicholson there, who is a decent target man, just doesn't hit the target much.
Is he
holds up the ball?
Is he a better target? Does he hold the ball up better than Antonio?
Nah, not really. But Antonio's game has an element of pace to it, and he does attract double coverage most times.
I think at this point of his career, he's a straight out and out striker. That's going to be interesting. But you're getting some good points. You're getting 7. You get 9.5. I think I've seen 1 6.
Who's the 6?
There is no chance in
Duklan
that you're going to start Nicholson and Antonio.
This is my side. This is my side.
I know, but I'm just giving you my view. So I'm gonna give you a 6.
But that's his opinion. That's his opinion.
You ask, do you want me to put up what the coach will do, which
But Cronky's giving you his opinion.
But I'm saying your side, I don't know where you're gonna put Antonio on the right. Antonio's a better holder player than Nicholson, by the way. It's not even close.
Yeah, I think he agreed with that.
No, he hesitated before he answered.
I didn't hesitate. I'm saying to you, Shamar Nicholson,
you're on tape, so we don't have to argue about Shamar. You're on tape.
Nicholson, hold up play for Jamaica is acceptable. And I believe the Haitians, who are very physical, they're big physical specimens, needs a big physical striker, target man, a battering ram in your Emil Heskey sort of thing, where Emil Heskey was not the most prolific goal scorer, but Michael Owen benefited a lot from him, right? And so I believe that That's what I see for this match. I'm not suggesting that they should be here until 2026. I am being match specific. Right? And so, Devon, in recent times, in never ever times, has Joel Latibadere played CDM. And you did not have a problem when the coach put Latibadere as a CDM. So you cannot
so
be,
Cataract, let me just
you
say
can't be
this.
hypocritical and pick and choose.
So Cataract, why do you pick the team that you think the coach would pick? Let's reverse that. Pick the team that the coach would pick, not the team that Cataract
We'll
would
know
pick.
that within an hour. Everybody knows that. So Boza will be out. Antonio will be number 9.
Okay.
Probably he's going to pick Bailey to start. And,
Okay, good.
And Damian Lowe will come in to partner Hector. And
so let's pick the team that Cataract. Let's pick the real team that Cataract wants to pick. So let's change.
I don't want to pick that team. I want to pick.
No, I'm saying we're gonna put the team that Cataract is gonna start, not the team that he wants to start.
Right, the team that he think is gonna start. So you said Antonio is gonna start the striker. Bailey on the right side.
Jesus, why would we even doing this? Okay, my name is not Coach Algrimson.
I'm saying no. Your team don't matter because it won't start. Pick the team you think the coach is going to start. That's what we're saying. Your aspirations and the team that you want is not going to be playing.
Oh, because
pick the team you think the coach is going to pick.
Was getting more higher votes than you. There you go.
No, because your team was getting 5 and 6. I'm trying to save you.
Which 5 and 6?
So pick the team.
5 and 6 on the regular haters.
No, I think there was even a 4. I think there was even a 4.
No, I'm not.
I would challenge.
I throw out the 4 as a low score. I throw out the 4 and I throw out the 9s or 8s and then stay in the middle.
I would challenge.
Jason Guna give you a 4.
Yeah, Jason Guna will do anything. Okay, I'm being nice. It's a Sunday. It's Hero Weekend. Jason Gunner, 4. Wow. I guess that's 1 for writing my name. And 2 for turning on my camera. I get another point for turning on the camera. And 3, another point for having them on a green field. Because Jason Gunner don't respect me. I'm going to respect him neither.
I think you would get a 2 for your what do you call it? Your cooperation thus far.
So Leon Bailey at right wing. Damari Gray at left. Why is Stan?
I'm changing it around. I put this coach. He says plays 4-2-3-1. That's what I'm here. The coach plays. So I'm trying to move it around to put what the coach put on the field. He says plays 4-2-3-1, even though I think it's a 4-2. It's a 4-2-4, but he says 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, so Damari Gray on the left, right, and then change Dejan Anderson to Latibadere.
Why do you have a preference?
Oh, okay. So
he said that's what the coach is going to do.
Yeah. So he's saying put Daddy. Okay, put Daddy on the bench then.
No,
put Dejan on the bench.
Put K-Roy Anderson on the bench, yes, because that's what the coach is probably most likely to do.
Lambert and.
So you gonna start Lambert or you benching Lambert?
The coach is gonna start Lambert.
Okay.
This is not me.
So that's the team. That's the team. You said this is a team.
Yeah. And Deshaun Bernard would come out and Lowe would go in on the right side of the defense.
What do you think the score of the game would be tonight?
Pardon me?
What do you think the score of the game would
be? I already gave my score. 2-1.
2-1.
Not a bad shout.
2-1, possibly 3-1. But if you notice, the current ability of the team dropped than what I had before. I think I was at about 115 and it dropped to 113. Just by FIFA database assessment. Just saying.
It doesn't know the team like we do. I like the
coaches. Sir, I said Michael. Well, he's probably going to put Deshaun Bernard. I don't think he's going to start Hector.
I think he's going to. This team is closer to the team I think he'll start, actually.
I
don't know if anybody have any injuries because players pick up knocks here and there.
Only Trevor Gray is the only report.
But didn't Bailey have a ban on his knee the other night?
Yes, he did. And that is why I said that I would put Mikel Antonio over there. Yeah. But chaps running around with 4s as a score.
That's one guy.
Antonio's going to play up top. Forget about everything else. Antonio's going to play up top.
Yeah, that's a given.
This may be closer to the team. I don't know if Lambert's going to play, because Lambert didn't play well to me the last game. Didn't really do much.
He almost, well, I think at one point he was
Why wouldn't DJ be in the team? Why would DJ play well?
He was being credited with the goal.
Yeah, but because you scored doesn't mean you played well.
No, I'm not saying he played well. I'm just saying that, you know.
Yeah, he probably got the goal. But why would you play DJ Cataract, who played well when he came on?
Because the coach doesn't ever play DJ to start. The coach always.
I think he has to give DJ a run this game. I think Anderson and DJ changed the game when they came on.
I was forgetting that when this coach joined, the center of the midfield was Daniel Johnson and Ravel Morrison.
That's true.
So DJ was a starter in the center of the park, and he has been relegated to the bench. DJ doesn't start for his club anymore since he moved to Stoke. Stoke having a kind of disastrous season. And Preston, where he left, are in the upper echelons of the championship.
Why do you think the coach should play Hector and Lowe instead of?
No, I said Bernard.
No, Bernard and Lowe instead of Hector and Lowe.
Because he's had a longer run with Bernard.
Okay.
Bernard has been in the team since the Gold Cup.
But as a pair, which pair works better together, in your opinion?
Well, some of us have very short memories. Well, Hector used to be on the field with Damian Lowe, but not in that position. Hector used to be at the CDM.
So one second, everyone. 1 second. We have 260 people in the chat. We have 100 and something likes. Come on, people.
Yeah, that's because they didn't like you. All right, people, Cataract is here, and I'm going to be here for at least an hour. You can hit the like button now.
No, you're not going to be here for at least an hour.
If they like jump on sound, they like you. Yeah. T-Gat, welcome. And by the way, T-Gat, before you start speaking, please turn your mic down to low, like low.
Yeah.
Because it'll be normalized in terms of what we hear. Turn it real low, so it'll be normalized.
Yeah, my mic is really low. You see, I'm very
good,
low, right?
good. Put it at the lowest level, and it'll be normal
nice,
way. Okay. T-Gat, what are you saying? How are you doing? Welcome.
I'm good, man. Big up everybody in the building. You know, big up Andre, big up yourself, Stan, and big up Cataract.
Respect that. I just want to answer one question. Los Blancos, I agree with you that there's a need for a creative player, but the coach doesn't seem to have much interest in that. And I don't think until we get to your Omari Hutchinson's back in the team that we're pretty much going to see that. I think he tried that with Casey Palmer, but he's out.
I think Henderson has creativity, DJ has creativity. Not enough defensive presence with those two. You know, Anderson shows that he has defensive ability. I think we need one or two of both of them in the team. Actually, so he's gonna play the DJ Anderson tonight. So, what's your view, Tiga?
I like the fella Anderson. Trust me. The little 45 minutes I see of him, or more, he's definitely a good player. I was really surprised. I could have gotten his debut goal or assist. You understand? If he just keep the ball at just 1 more seconds, or keep his composure just a seconds or 2 seconds, he would have gotten even an assist or a goal. But other than that, he's playing the ball well, making good passes, defending well. Come back and as he make 2 defensive tackle. You understand? And he's coming to collect the ball and he's willing to bring the ball forward. You understand? So I really like that player. So yeah, man, I think just give him some more. It was his first time in the team. And I said, just give him a couple more games, let familiarize himself with the players and how they play. And I think you will see, you understand, a better run. That is just my observation from the 45 minutes. Give him a little bit more time. But I like him.
So people, we have changed.
Okay, Jason, well, I understand. Jason say you ever was telling the dream. The fact that I like this player, Stan, I had a dream, about this match that Jamaica won this match. This is the full dream. 3-2. And that guy, Henderson, scored all 3 goals. I swear.
So I think you should stay in the dream. Stay sleeping and stay dreaming. I think that where that remains. That should stay there.
All right.
I think that's a dream.
I know I'm going to get a
There's no way
lot of
that's
calls
happening.
after today now. A lot of calls after today. And a lot of followers
After him bush this strike him with him left foot, him now scored 3 goals. So everyone, please grade the new. I just replaced Lambert with Daniel Johnson. Tell me what you think of this team actually. I think this is probably closer to the team we're gonna have. I'm almost like 10 players from the Goalkeeper here. I think this is closer to the team.
Hear what I think. I know I haven't been asked to give my team.
Okay.
But as some, I believe that Bobby Reid, and what's the formation we did? Is it a 4-2-3-1 we're dealing with?
Yeah, it's 4-2-3-1. Yeah, that's what he say he plays. I don't agree, but that's what he said.
Bobby Reid played a lot of minutes the other night. And in the role that he played, I don't think he's going to play tonight.
Okay, so you want to take out Reid and put in who?
I'm going to take out Reid, but I believe that the pattern that I've seen with the coach in terms of Whisper, I believe he's going to play him tonight. I think he's going to get a chance tonight.
See, where Whisper going to play? Because if you take out Bobby Reid, Whisper don't have a spot. He's a winger. He's only a winger.
Right. So Bailey could play in that position that Bobby Reid is in.
So to me, it's no longer 4-2-3-1. It's 4-2. I mean,
it's just
the players.
No, I'm telling you, I believe that he's going to play, and Bailey could play in that number.
I think the coach might start Romario Williams.
I don't think so. Romario got his run. The coach, if you look at the coach's pattern, Bailey's gonna. I can see Bailey and Bobby Reid. Because Bailey played the Bobby position in the Gold Cup actually.
I don't think Romario Williams is going to get that start. I don't think Romario Williams is going to start.
So you say that the coach you say the coach will get to drop the captain of the team that won 4-1, right?
Romario Williams?
No, man.
We're talking about
Bobby
Romario
Reid
Williams.
was the captain. I said,
Yeah, but it's not.
No, but we're talking about Romario Williams, Cataract. Listen, Cataract, we're talking about Romario Williams. We're not talking about.
No. I'm T-Gag. What he's saying is that Andre said that he's going to drop Bobby Reid because Bobby Reid has played a lot of football. And Cataract is saying, why would he drop the captain of the team in the last game?
Right.
No, he not drop Bobby. Him not drop Bobby.
I don't think it's dropping him. I don't think it's dropping him. Remember, the coach is probably having requests from these guys' club teams.
That's true.
He's traveled a long way. He's played a lot of minutes recently, right? And he probably gonna have to get him some rest.
You believe that
rest from what? Rest from what, Andre? Where am I going to rest from?
Hold on, T-God. You believe that the coach facing a game that will decide whether we end up playing Canada or Costa Rica as opposed to USA or Mexico in order to qualify for the Copa America is going to be listening to the Fulham coach? I dare say not. Bobby Reid is a starter, and Bobby Reid is going to start. Been starting. And if you take a man who is starting and put him on the bench in Jamaica, we call that drop. I don't know what you call it in Trinidad, but here we call it.
Yeah, but here's the question, guys. So we know Gray's injured, who played on the right, but we don't know who else may be injured enough. People may play the entire game, but they have a knock, but they didn't come out the game. But it's possible. Bailey, we saw Bailey with a rap on his knee.
Yeah.
We saw Bobby Reid run all game. We know Antonio is never totally fit. You don't know who's injured. So
I think Latibadier is injured too now. That why didn't play the next 45 minutes? And
I think he didn't play because of performance, but that's just me.
He
wasn't doing
he's
well.
always in the team.
He's always in the team. Yeah, he's
always in the team. So it was surprising for me seeing that him not coming on in the second half. So I think maybe something is up with him. You understand?
What do you mean? You said Lati played the first half, didn't he? You talk about DJ, okay.
Yeah, I think DJ is going to start. I think DJ is going to start and Bobby Reid is going to start. And I think Anderson is going to start.
So who are you benching then? You benching
I think
he's benching.
Who you benching?
Low and
Latte
No, he's not
be
benching
on the bench.
Lati.
Yeah, man,
Oh, you
Latte
benching
bench,
Lati.
man. Yeah, man, Latte bench, man. Latte bench.
Lati
And
has
then
never
off-
benched in any game. I don't know about that. Lati has never benched
That's
in
what
any
I'm
game.
saying. But he
with this
didn't
coach.
came on in the 45 minutes, the second half of the Grenada
Yeah,
game.
maybe he was playing poorly. He wasn't playing up to the coach's standard, so he took him out.
But you know, let's play poorly to me.
I think the coach. I think the coach was frustrated with what happened in the first half, particularly after we scored the 2 goals and Grenada pulled the goal back and seemed to be clawing their way back into the game. And they got their 12 fans were there with their jab and their conch shell behind them. And I think the coach just wanted to just put a stop to that. And so he made it was a triple substitution, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, triple. Yeah, it was a
Right?
triple.
And just took out the entire central midfield. Yep.
And he should keep them.
Actually, no,
Anyway,
it
that's
was
just my view.
It was 2 midfield and the wing back and Gray.
Well, then, no, his central midfield was the two. Yeah, but when he was playing up front, he got. He's right. Cataract is right. Cataract is right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For once, by the way.
Or for twice.
For once.
Or for twice. You
For
forgot
once.
that I corrected you earlier and told you that Lembekise was on this thing here.
Well,
but
that's true. That's
at
twice,
least
and
you
that's like
forget.
miracles. That's miracles.
That's a record.
Miraculous. That's a record. Yes, we have to write that. Let me write that down. Write that down.
So people who buy
Cataract
cash
right
swap,
twice.
you can buy the number for sound, man. You'll win.
No,
But Tiga,
warm up, people. Warm up sound. Let me praise that. Now we proved that the other day. He warms up for the main sound coming later when the patrons are coming in. He's not this Cataract. Don't lie to the people.
what are you talking
We're not
about?
digressing here, but you're not the starting sound. You warm up for the crowd. You warm the crowd up for the real sound people. But anyway, let's talk football. Let's talk football.
The man. I am the man. Okay.
We never have all of the information. So, you know, I would never say a sure about this or that. But I think it's the coach. It doesn't matter what the coach is facing. He has to make decisions, yes, to win the game, but he also has to take care of the players physically. Right? You have to take care of the players. Because remember, I think I heard during the Gold Cup, national teams normally would send the distance covered and all the physical stats back to the coaching, to the team. That's what happened with national team. And you know, you just can't run a player into the ground. So I think that there's some, and when you take travel and what travel adds, what travel does to the distance of travel does to the athlete in terms of the body fatigue, I think, you know, I would expect changes in this team tonight.
So let me ask you something. With due respect, do you think, in all honesty, Brazil is sending to Newcastle to tell them Bruno Guimaraes has run 10 miles, and therefore we're going to ask him to run 2 miles in this second game that we need to win because we drew 1-1 with Venezuela? Country and club.
If you put it that way, it's hardly likely it would happen that way. But yes, right. we have to take care. The coaches have to take care of the players, right?
So I don't want you to perpetuate this thing where some teams feel they can just take step with smaller teams like Jamaica, irrelevant teams like Trinidad, and try to tell us what we should do in competitions that matter to us. This is not a friendly. This is a competitive match that has consequences, has financial consequences for the JFF, who this today we heard in the newspaper we read that are struggling financially in this window. So we need to get to the Copa America.
Yes, but you have to understand that the player is an asset. And you can't just run the player. This is the science of the game. And the national team and the club teams have to work together because that player has to go back to his job and be able to perform on the weekend.
At no point does the club team go, oh, Jamaica really needs to win a match. So you know what, my boy Antonio? Sit this one out and put our 3 points at risk because
I don't think
so the club is not thinking about Jamaica. None at all.
Did you lose?
At no point at all.
Did Jamaica need to win the Grenada game?
Yes.
Right.
Definitely.
Would Antonio needed for that game prior to the game? Would you think that?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It wasn't needed for that game.
No, we can say
it wasn't
that.
Needed. No, it wasn't needed for that. If you watch the history of the Jamaica versus Grenada, they're always take a beating from us. So it wasn't really needed. But you understand? It wasn't. If it was a Mexico USA back to back, Antonio would be there in the 2 match. I guarantee you that.
Let me jump in. So let me have Andre out here.
Okay.
So because Andre said cataract understand. Please realize that's an oxymoron. So never use cataract and understand in the same word because it doesn't really work. Yeah, that doesn't work. So let me just say this, which is Pinnock is a better example. So Pinnock played the last game for Brentford against Man U before this window. Pinnock didn't turn up for this window because they determined that he has some Achilles heel issue. And even though he played for his club team, they couldn't risk him against Jamaica. That's a fact. Right. That's not fact.
And Jamaica,
that's a fact. It's the same example he's giving.
Jamaica agreed to it.
But you say the club can't tell the country anything, and they just they
can't tell us. They can't tell us anything.
No. They can't. They have to send the player under FIFA rules, but they can have a discussion with the country saying, "Look, here's the situation.
They have to work together." Yes,
let's be reasonable. They work as a collective for the players' welfare and the players' health.
And the issue with Pinnock was that it is known that he has this particular problem, and it is in the best interest of neither club or country that it is in the best interest of both club and country that he deals with the rehabilitation in this window rather than he breaks down and have to do it in the November window. But they have to have the country and the national coach has to assess. So suppose it is that we had Mexico and USA to play in this window. You think that the coach would be so thoughtful that he's going to say, well, no, don't come for these 2 games. Don't try that next window. I think because he felt we had weakened opposition in Grenada, which was demonstrated by the fact that he rested several starters.
Right. That is right. He rested several starters. Go ahead, Catherine.
Right. So. And so he determined that a starter could be just rested for this entire window.
So I have a question for Tiga and Cataract.
Yeah, brother.
If Bobby Reid doesn't start this game, what would be your perspective as to why he doesn't start?
And would you come back and apologize?
Yes.
If Bobby Reid doesn't start this game, I believe that the coach would have put Angostura in his rum punch.
Could you set up a stream just in case so that you could come back after and apologize?
No, we have to do that because we know that there's other streams which are going to be running the game, right. and he'll be in the stream. So we'll call him out. I
believe that the coach would have had Angostura for the first time.
Okay. And Tigat, your view, Tigat? Cataract gave his perspective. He said the coach would be drinking something that he shouldn't. What's your view, Tigat? If you're wrong that Bobby Reid doesn't start.
If Bobby Reid doesn't start, maybe the coach think that there's a bit of performer in Anderson and DJ.
Bobby Reid played well last game. He didn't score, but he played well.
Yeah, but a better performance in DJ and Anderson. So he's trying something new.
So Tigat, can I ask you? So you don't think
Bobby Reid doesn't start?
You don't think that the distance travel from England to Grenada, the minutes played, the amount of miles ran in the game, do you think that figures into the coach decision.
All right. If they're going to use Bobby Reed for one game, all right, I don't think it would be for this Grenada game. I think they would have left him out and start Daniel Johnson and leave out Bobby Reed. If there is a going to be a problem, I think the coach would not start Bobby Reed in this game. He would have started him in this 80 because the 80 game is more important than the Grenada game.
But what if he had made that decision and got 1 point in the Grenada game?
They wouldn't get 1 point in the game. We wouldn't get 1 point in the Grenada. They wouldn't get 1 point. Wouldn't get Romario Williams score. Romario Williams score. We wouldn't get one. We'd have won that much. Maybe not by 4, but we'd have won that much. Maybe 3 or 2. But
AT got. You know, Grenada had more shots than we right?
We had chances. Romario had 3 chances, back to back, You see that? Remember that? You remember the one him get and he kick on the keeper, and then him get that one and he took one again, and then him kick same angle like how Damar Grady get way, and him kick the one on the keeper. Remember that one? And it was like looking at the goal.
Those are more close angles. Didn't they get chances? They didn't get chances.
Yeah, they got, but we got chances too.
No, I'm not saying we didn't.
Okay,
I'm just saying you make it seem that there was no chance.
Cranky.
Yeah,
you see, with conversation, with this type of conversation, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, Grenada get 5, 6 chances could have scored," but they don't measure the fact that Jamaica also get chances could have scored. If Grenada scored their chances and we score our chances, we'd have still win the match. Would have, because we got more chances too. Shamar get 2 chances.
That may be the case, but one could say the same thing about Haiti against Jamaica.
Bobby De Cover Reed get 1 2. Got 2.
Yes, he did. He kicked it wide. Yes, he did.
Right. So we're not every time people having a conversation, they're talking about the opposite team and not say, well, Jamaica got chances. We got chances too.
No, but the way you're putting it, Grenada had no chances at all to even draw the game. That's what you're putting it.
I'm just saying that we would have won the match anyway. Would have won. But if I
say based on the chances created and the ultimate score, yes. It would be in our favor. But the coach made 3 changes at halftime, 2 because of performance, right? That means he wasn't happy with the performance, and we were leading 2-1 at that point. So, yeah.
The midfield
and we only scored 2 goals late in the game.
Yeah, the midfield wasn't doing anything. Definitely, the midfield wasn't. The midfield was crying for help. I don't know why the midfield was crying for help in that game. After the first 15 minutes of the game, Grenada was just thumping us in our face, and I do accept that. You understand? I was screaming my head off.
So, T-God, you said something very important, and I mentioned it on another.
I like Cataracta, but keep going.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Keep on, Cataracta. So you said something important. Elaborate.
And that was that whenever we, as fans, we seem to want to talk about the other team. I heard people trying to talk up the chances of Grenada, and we should not disrespect the opponent and these things. Look, we are at a point now where I believe that we need to set a standard. You see, any team coming out of CFU, and that's the Caribbean Football Union to the Wagonists, any team coming out of CFU, Caribbean, CARICOM, them forget weapons up. Minimum 4 goals must score against them. Trinidad got 4. Let me use my English. St. Kitts got 5. Grenada got 4. Let's keep it on a roll, bro, and give Haiti 4 tonight. And any one of them rise them head in any competitive game, we just weapons up and just separate ourselves, the men from the boys, right? Because the quality of the players that we have is almost begging the question as to why we begging the question and begging the response that we should remain the dominant team in the region. And this talking up the other team, and we don't talk about what happened on our side of things. Like, man, half Grenadian fan, half Haiti fan. Big up the man with the Haiti wife. with the Haitian white then. Big them up. I'm gonna come here and talk about the Haiti and everybody.
All right, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Haiti is going to get
Here
it.
we go. Here we go. He was doing so well.
We're gonna save him.
Let's save him. Let's save him from
Yeah,
himself.
we're gonna save him from himself.
Let me just say something, Andre. Just say
I
something.
said, big up the men with the Haitian wives. They're
Okay.
in
All right.
Florida. I know them. A neighbor of mine whose wife is Haitian, and his children are half Haitian, half Jamaican. So he has to speak nice.
Hey, audience, you see when things are go good, so people can't stand progress.
Yeah.
They have to go divert and try create situations that go good enough. We are get on. It a flow, and all of a sudden, you have to pivot like him go on in tangent. And because let me just make one point. Tigat, here's a point I made. Tigat, big point I made. Tigat. When Haiti played Jamaica in Jamaica, what was the score at one point in the game?
2-0. Haiti was leading.
How did we score goals? Wait. How did we score goals?
Damar, a great score, a nice little, brilliant.
We had deflected own goal and a penalty.
Yeah, and a penalty.
Deflected own goal and a penalty. Yes, go ahead.
Cranky, I was letting Cataract talk, then I was going to talk. We're not going to beat 84 goals because if you watch history with Jamaica playing 80, it's not a high scoring game. The farthest goal is 2. The farthest Jamaica and Haiti scoring each other is 2. It's either 2-all, 2-1, 1-love. So this is not going to be a high scoring game. I'm sorry. If it's a high scoring game, I would be shocked and surprised. It's like 80 give up or throw them on up in the here. But if 80 play the way they used to play, we're not going to beat them. We're going to beat them either 2-love, 3-2, 3-1. It's not going to be a high scoring game. I'm sorry, Cataract, but we're not beat them hard. 80 is one of those teams we just can't kick more than 3 goals past them or 2 goals past them. So
yeah, here's the problem with Cataract. We can't separate the fan from the analyst. So most times the analyst makes sense, and then he goes to his fan mode, and then the rationale goes out the door.
So listening is fundamental. I said my prediction for this game is 2-1 to the Reggae Boyz, 3 points. I am, however, urging my team on to put 4 past Haiti. So let me speak the Queen's English then. I'm urging my team on to separate themselves from their Caribbean neighbors, stamp their superiority by thumping 4 goals past Haiti. My prediction.
And it's themselves, not themselves. It's them. So look at my lips.
I don't look at
them. You said them. You said them. You said them. You said themselves. You said themselves. You said themselves. You said themselves.
THENSELVES. I got the grade 1s and the A's. You don't worry about that.
About
you know themselves,
hold on, Cataract.
And put ourselves.
Cataract,
a couple of Haitians, big up Marcus Garvey, a couple of Jamaicans have put their hand up. I forgot those with the Haitian baby mothers. But we are Caribbean people. When you go to New York, when you go to Florida, particularly Miami, you find that the Caribbeans, or Caribbean people intermarry and have relationships, and that's a good thing. Because it's one Caribbean.
All right, hold on.
Until it comes to the whistle.
Hold on a minute. You have others here with you, not by yourself, okay? So about 30 minutes ago, when you said that Jamaica would win the game 2-1, that was your prediction. I go to say to you, I almost said to you, I almost give you credit for learning, because there was a time when you was you're talking about Jamaica beating Trinidad 7, and it didn't turn out that way. So I thought you learned from that, but now you seem to be. You have hold on.
No, Andre, the worst one, Andre, which we go down in history.
It's him saying 4 of the 7. And you got 4 of the 7.
Hold on.
So let me say this. Let me say this, Andre. Jamaica playing Panama in Jamaica. He went to what Jamaica trained, and he came back like a fan.
Yeah,
and he was forceful. We going them I get about 10. Mr. The Englishman, them I run round. They look great. Let me finish. I'm speaking. Let me finish. The interchange is wonderful. The ball playing, the physicality. And how much we get in our yard with the same Englishman?
So I predict. Hold on.
Reggae Boyz over Panama.
Hold on. I thought you would have learned from those experiences. And you have to talk about the opponent because the opponent is part of the game. If Jamaica is capable of smashing the opponent in the CFU, that's fine. Jamaica need to go ahead and do that. But you can't dismiss the opponent, right? Because as Cronky pointed out just now, at one point in time, Haiti was leading the game 2-0. And you weren't sipping no white rum, then he was worried, right?
So you see that comment by Duckland when he said when Cataract started with us, start fretting.
Yeah,
Show his prognostications don't always materialize.
Let me help you. That's bad thing. You come talk about my side.
Fuck that.
Right? That man there's some shaky warrior in Babylon. Right? We not gonna know with Duckland as the ultras. Because if I go start talk about in the back of the crowd, you know, say 80, them have a man we play in France. Yeah. I don't business where they play. I don't business who them be. Come match day, I say Jamaica and I say victory. I will take the shame, I will take the cussing, because I'm my side. I'm not talk up no guy's side over my side. And I'm saying we are the kings of CFU. We, Jamaica, the Reggae Boys, and the Reggae Girls are the kings or the queens of CFU. A guy's side try take that crown from us. If they don't get 4 tonight, keep trying my side. But I say it's 3 points, top of the table, and marching on to Canada or Costa Rica.
So let me ask a question to Tigat and Stan and Cataract. In none of the lineup, I don't think I saw anybody included Romario Williams. Is that correct?
That's correct.
He was man of the match of the last game. What?
Who's man of the match?
Romario.
Who
I saw him listed as man of the match.
Who named him, sir?
Hold on a minute. I saw him listed as man of the match in a couple of places.
Where?
No, some people had man of the match. They had Hector, they had him, they had Wade.
I thought it was Hector.
Hector.
Well, anyway, we don't know.
No, some people say Romario. It depends on who you speak to. Some people say
right.
Romario.
Some platforms have it different. Some sources have it different. He was listed as the man of the match in one source with an 8.8 rating or something like that.
Some man look on Sofa Score that studies the stats, and with a goal and an assist, you probably will come up there.
Yeah.
So,
he played well.
So
I don't. Here's the thing, Andre. Here's the thing, Andre. I don't think we see when you don't have the rep, Andre, and the view of you and your capabilities, you get marked down immediately. Right. And you don't get the same accolades, the same perspective, the same recognition as other players who have a bigger reputation.
Right.
So even though you may play well in a game, they'll say it's Grenada and who cares, but he hasn't got enough chances to show his capability against more stringent, better opponents. So that's a good question you're asking, which is why he hasn't been considered to start. It's a good question.
Tigat?
Because I don't see Romario Williams that start in the Jamaican setup. If Jamaica is in full strength, a full strength Jamaica team, I don't see Romario Williams as a starter. Michael Antonio, Shamari Nicholson, you understand? Leon Bailey and Damari Gray, and I don't see Romario Williams starting over these guys.
So Tiga, I have a question for you, Tiga. I have a question for you. Has Bailey been man of the match in any game that we have played since he's been playing?
Yeah, I know. I know Bailey have not been man of the match. Has been man of the match already, but
where, when, which game?
One at time they playing at stadium and him score. I think him score about 2 goals. Is that much him that play? Okay. Which match at Cataract? 2 goals or 1 goal him score. One header on next one. Yeah.
You're the one, brother.
Yeah, I don't remember the but yeah, it was all over TV.
Remember, you go about your bed and dream about the parent.
Yeah, man.
I never hear you go about your bed and dream about the Reggae Girls, them.
Yeah, so, of course. What?
Sir.
Oh God, here he goes. Stop helping Andre, help him. Stop putting Andre.
No, so I'm saying it's a dream he's having. I have never heard you come out and say, I dream.
T-Gat, don't encourage him. T-Gat, do not encourage him. Do not encourage him.
I saw him, man, enough.
Don't respond.
And he get paid for talk. I saw him, man,
He can't help himself. So you were saying, Andre, please take the program back.
Yeah,
we lose it.
Do me a favor.
All right, since Singh posted up there, Bill was man of the match against Jamaica versus Mexico Nation League game at the office.
Really? When?
Man of the match by whom? Who make this announcement?
Okay. Well, but I'm saying, Bill, but as I say, no matter how bad Bill is a cut above Romario Williams. You understand? Okay. 90% of the people in the Jamaica squad. Bill is cut above them. You understand? He is a cut above them. Bill is a cut above. Whether you want to like it, I know he is. Bill is a cut above them. So Bailey, a fit. I don't think Romario Williams can start over him. No time, nobody. No time, no. Only player now can come into the game, and I can see take Bailey game. And if he get a passport and he's sanctioned to play for Jamaica, and is what they call Mason Green. That's the only person who I think can kick Bailey from out of his spot. Other than that, no player, no other player can take out Leon Bailey from out of.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet?
If the house and my wife and my name, so I can't bet my house. I'm not gonna bet.
Okay. You would lose your house, you know. You'd lose your house, you bet it. Trust me. we won't go there. We leave it alone. We move on. We lose your house.
Don't even have a puppy to bet.
So for future reference, Stan, could you put Leon Bailey where Bobby Reid is for me so I could get a screenshot? And put what did I say? Put Whisper where we are Bobby Reid now.
Man is benching Bobby Reid.
On the screenshot because I don't think you're gonna find it.
Exactly.
DUJ.
FM data is cooperating.
It's not funny.
All right. For Fresh God say under Paul All 2022. Bailey man of the match.
Lot of mercy.
Okay.
Maybe you guys not reading the comments.
I thought Whisper's in the system.
I want to ask you.
No, he's not.
For the record,
professional players yet. I don't think he'd be in there.
So for the record, I'd like Stan Kroenke, T-Gat, and finally our Trinidadian. Not our neighbor really. Cuba's our neighbor. But Cuba, you're closer to us. You know, our Trinidadian comrade in arms. You know, to give us their score prediction. But I want to hear Stan Kroenke's score prediction, and I want to hear T-Gat's score prediction. And I run around.
I say 5-0 Haiti.
5-0 Haiti.
Just kidding. Because I know how you are. I'm surprised you just. I'm surprised you react so slowly. No. I think Jamaica's gonna win 2-1. I think Jamaica's gonna win 2.
Clip him.
I'm just saying Jamaica is gonna win.
No, and
I think it's 3-2 Jamaica actually. I think it's 3-2.
So Stan Kroenke says 3-2 Jamaica. Who's making a record of this? Andre, could you make a record, please?
I have. What did you say? 3-1?
3-2.
And by the way, Kali is informing you. Kali is informing you. He's asking me to inform you that Trinidad is on 9 points. Okay, and Trinidad don't have at the moment. That team that was on the pitch had no players playing in the best league in the world. And came from 2 down in a very exciting game to win 3-2.
That has to be commended, by the way. Come from 2 down and win. Yeah. We came from 2 down and drew with Haiti at home. So.
With nothing, with no one equivalent to Bobby Reid.
Wait, hold on, sir. I respect Kali, and I would love. I'm going to give you a chance.
Hold on.
I just would like the Jamaica score. Please don't insert Trinidad. You're not playing today, though, Dad.
Yeah, but hold on. You just insert whatever you want. You just inserted your Haitian friends and all that kind of stuff.
And he inserted how we the best in the Caribbean.
Because Haiti's playing today. Jamaica and Haiti are playing today. You had your moment yesterday. Good result. Thumbs up. See you in the quarterfinals.
T-Gat and Cronky. It looked like he can't
Matter of
think
fact,
he beat
I would even like you to make it to the semifinals because I want you to come down to Copa America. Yeah.
As I said before, I said the tree, and I'm surprised everybody's saying tree.
What tree are you talking about? Wait, I mean tree. Which, wait. Back up. And what is? Oh, you mean three? Oh, yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
What tree we're talking about? So like
the score.
Oh, three.
The
Okay,
score.
three.
I said surprisingly, so I don't know why it's happening. I said 3-1. Cranky said 3-2. You understand? So I'm going with what Cranky, going to the score what Cranky said. Jamaica is going to win the game 3-2. You understand? And I still maintain that that guy Spencer is going to score all three.
Ooh, somebody said 5-1.
Anderson.
Anderson.
No.
Anderson. That guy Anderson. I said Spencer.
Cataract, it's your fault. You mentioned the women's team and get confused with the center midfielder for Jamaica.
Right.
Or the goalkeeper, probably.
Yes. All right. Anderson. Anderson is going to score. That guy, that fella Anderson is going to score all 3 goals. I did say it before.
Anderson.
Yes. Going to score all 3 goals.
So let me help you, Tiga. Prior to this season, K-Roy Anderson, was a stalwart defensive midfielder whose weakness was going forward and attacking. He has surprised me that he seems to have added, just for the 45 minutes, something to his game. Because before, he was like Anthony Grant's mini-me. I don't know where him get all this license from for running at people 18-yard box and a chap man and a take shot, but big up yourself, young man.
I wouldn't call that shot. I wouldn't call that a shot, actually. I think he beat the man. He had Bobby Reed open. He had someone on the left. He had a goal wide open.
Bobby Reed
and he kicked the ball on the side. And he kicked the ball on the side of the thing. So I wouldn't call it a shot. I think he did something with his left foot.
It's a shot off.
He should have played that ball across. He would have get a wonderful assist.
He could have scored. He was open to score. He just made a bad. He just did the wrong thing of all the options he had.
So okay, gentle people, Cataract.
So 3-2. What's the score, Andre? What's the score, Andre? You're not getting out of this. Give us a score. You gave us the result, which we all know that Jamaica is going to win. What's the score?
Let me tell you why I didn't give a score. All right. And I will. Jamaica have a squad and have the ability to put a team on the field that can score a lot of goals. But also they can struggle to score goals. So that's why it's hard for me to predict a score. But I think if you take the last game into consideration, I think it's going to be a 1-goal game. It's going to be a 1 or 2 goal game. Maybe 3-1. I think I could live with 3-1.
Okay. 3-1. Okay. All right. No, that can't give me score. Cataract Stan Andre. I have to take my leave right about now. I'm also doing a watch along. So
which channel?
What time Jamaica time is it?
Jamaica, it's
7 p.m. Jamaica time. 7 p.m.
Yeah. So I'm doing so Cranky, you can come over. We can have a talk. We can't even do the commentary together if you
mean Sports DTM?
Yeah, Sports DTM. Yeah.
You know, still heard from on a band me way back on this. Hey, Cataract, is that hit? Let me talk about this Cataract. Talk about this. So Cataract, way back when?
Tell them that we were on the show.
No. Can I talk, please?
All right.
Text them on them on Cataract and say, I like football. Before I start doing YouTube, and I say I'd like to come on your program to, say my piece. And my name text back and say, we don't need you. We put it in my term. We don't need you. We don't need you. We have a full suite of commenters. We don't need you.
What I tell them on it? Right? No,
we still run things. Yeah, we still run things.
But now
Still a
you have some man coming at you.
So I appreciate the invitation, T-God. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I appreciate the invitation.
But
That's
that's,
something make it because
So check we out. So Cataract can come on. I mean, Stanley can come on. I'll be doing a live
All
show.
right.
I'm going to set up right now and see you guys later. Everybody.
you got hold on before you go, please. You just said Cataract could come on, and then it looked like you corrected that. Did you invite Cataract and Stan, or did you
No,
invite
if they're
Stan?
not, I invite everybody. If they're not shooting, they can't come on. Stanley can come on or run it. Understand?
Okay.
But yeah, if they come, so yeah,
So for T-God,
just sport. Yeah, it is on, so you can come on.
sports.
Stan, I need a number. Definitely, I need a number.
So T-God,
Go ahead, Ketara.
allow me to respond to you. Stan Kroenke is my nemesis, but him and I have had many a battle. So it is a great pleasure that I say to you, Cataract sound, the player, pick the party and run rabbit. Me a
All
big
right, cool.
dance sound.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play a big dance.
Hands up, you understand?
All
Hands
right.
up, you understand?
right, cool. All right.
Sport DTM has been around a long time. They've done really well. So I like their program.
Yeah,
They're good analysts.
that's like cable and wireless. They were around a long time. What have they done?
Boy, you're cruel, you know. You're cruel.
Jamaica,
He's a troublemaker, Stan.
He's a troublemaker.
Jamaica 3 points.
So we're getting ready to close on the show, Cataract. We'll close on the
Yeah,
show
man.
because I have to go eat my Sunday dinner, which I put off for the longest.
So we are hour
I'm
and
getting
15
green,
minutes
so-
from the game.
Yes. hour and 15 minutes.
Has the thing come up? And I told you about Duck.
No, it comes up in 15 minutes actually. 15 minutes.
So we should have
Wait,
roll out.
we're gonna wait till it come up.
We should have roll out.
We'll
man.
wait, we put it up, then we leave because I do have to leave.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
Well,
What
we'll wait
out.
for the next 15 minutes. It comes up.
Yeah, man, roll out for the 15 minutes for the thing, man. They can't.
only
We
if you-
see how correct Cataract was with this. This is the thing you predict Cataract, right?
Yeah, man, we have a roll out. We have a roll out. But you see why we don't want Duckland Steady anywhere near the Ultras. Here I'm scoring predict 1-1 draw. Ghana
But that's
victorious.
his prediction, Cataract. What do you mean you're gonna give him a hard time about not predicting a
On
win?
match day, a Jamaican
But-
fan is predicting a draw.
but
I have not called for this in a long time, but the real fan them. If me not see some battle reach Duckland Steady and then 1-1 Haiti draw result.
Misery.
I disagree with Cataract. I think Duckland is very thoughtful in his prediction based on the last game and Haiti's competence and
Buckle him.
ability and quality of players.
Buckle
So
him.
I think we should not battle Duckland. Duckland, I respect your
Buckle
perspective.
him. So firstly, Haiti has to win the game, right?
yeah,
And so they're going to be coming out and being open. Not all of that sitting in their camp out in their half and waiting to counterattack.
That's true.
And nobody has taken that into consideration. That the likes of Damari Gray is going to have acres of space to run in. Nobody has taken into account.
Yeah, Cataract. One second, Cataract. I didn't know you have that ability to analyze something that way. I'm shocked. Let me keep on listening. Keep going.
That the Trinidad
It makes sense for once.
the pitch at Trinidad is bigger in dimension, both wider and I think might be a little lengthwise, but certainly wider than our national stadium pitch and way miles wider than Grenada. As a matter of fact, it could fit Barbados in the pitch or St. Kitts in the pitch. So it's going to be a bigger pitch. I think you guys are at the maximum of the allowable thing, or you're in between there, Andre. You reach 120 meters wide,
I was
or
just
you're 110.
I was just waiting to see if you was going to give any credit to anyone for making that point earlier, that the pitch is bigger than the pitch that Jamaica played Haiti on the last time.
Well, every pitch is bigger than that, so that's not really.
And that should add to Jamaica's quality, the ability to put the ball down and be expansive and make it a little bit more harder than. But apparently you don't quote anybody. You don't give credit.
No, I said Jamaica is bigger than Jamaica's pitch. It's wider than Jamaica's pitch.
It is wider. It is wider. It was played on 2 nights ago, and the condition looked good. It doesn't look bad at all. So, hopefully,
Well, the better the pitch is, the more it favors the overseas Jamaican players, because
yeah, it should.
most of them, even the locally developed players, are used to playing on good surfaces. So
And
the better the surfaces, the better it will be for them, actually.
I believe they trained on it yesterday. So,
Right.
Look, I think there's some truth to what Cataract is saying in the context of the Jamaican team should be able, at least on paper, to dominate the rest of the region. However, football is not like that, right? You have football, something you have to come out and you have to earn that right. So, we are our way from seeing what hopefully would be a performance that would make a lot more people meet a lot more Jamaicans' expectation in terms of what they'd like to see from the team. I see some guys are settling for just a win now, but I don't think that's what people really want. I think people want the team to win, but they want the win to be entertaining and meet the standard of expectation that we would have having such caliber players in the squad. So hopefully it starts tonight.
So here's a question. Here's a point that Kali's making, which I think the coach is frustrated about in Jamaica, which is the lack of adequate services to play on for anyone, including the national team. And he's saying that Trinidad had a benefactor who makes sure they had good pitches and good stadiums for years. So the Trinidad has a good field.
I don't know. There's a chance that Trinidad might have too many for real. What was it? I think it's a 3 or 4 or something like that. But but I think it's fair to say that they haven't been maintained to
Stadiums are hard to maintain, especially you got to generate resources to maintain it, right? And if you're not utilizing the facilities, it makes it difficult. So. And that's
unfortunate because we watch every weekend on television and we see the quality of these surfaces that they provide for footballers, and yet we're unable to meet that standard in the region. But I have seen some good pitches. Was there a Issa game today? Cataract?
Cataract look like he's sleeping.
An Issa game where? I don't know.
I said to you.
I put the television on the seat and I saw a game that I thought was.
You mean a high school football game?
Yeah, I saw.
I think Calabar was playing today. I thought I heard someone say Calabar was playing. Was it yesterday or today? Calabar playing? I don't know.
This might have been a replay, but that surface looked pretty good. It was nice and green, and that's what I thought it was. I just watched about a few minutes ago.
Okay. It means on Sportsmax, I guess.
Yeah, it was on Sportsmax. Yeah.
Okay.
So
the team should come out in about 10 minutes. So we wait for the team, and then we'll close down the program. Actually, the team should be live in about 10 minutes.
So how different? Why did we? Why?
Right as we get
Wade played in the last game.
Huh?
Wade played in the last game, and you think that Blake would be back in today?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be back in today. So Fresh Guy Fresh Guy just put out some history here saying the benefactor in Trinidad built stadiums and Jamaica's benefactor built his own bakeries. That's what he's saying. I'm just saying what he's saying. This is not the perspective of Manning's Man or I Am Sure Sports or Cataract or Stan Cranky or Andre. This is what a commenter says. So I'll make sure I clarify that. I don't want nobody sue me. Anyway.
It's an interesting statement. We don't know the benefactors were, but
yeah, but benefactor Trinidad did build a stadium and made sure Trinidad reap the benefits of some of the benefits that he derived from whatever organization was associated with it. So it's a good thing.
I think what would be good is to see the region really develop its facilities. And
Cataract, you look like you're double Cataract. You need to turn off one of your devices.
Yeah, and start to think about potentially co-hosting a Gold Cup, probably, where we can have games in the region, or maybe even hosting it.
I think Trinidad has the facilities. The question is, do they have the support for that to materialize, right?
Yeah,
Jamaica doesn't have the facilities. They don't have the fields good enough or the number of fields to host. But they could probably host a game or in the first round or second round host games, actually. So that should be looked into because all the US and Mexico and Canada host all the games. And they get World Cup games. They can't get all the games. The Caribbean has to step up their facilities to then push to host some of these games. Because if you were playing all the games in Mexico and the US and Canada, they're always going to have start at the starting line. They're going to be ahead, frankly, from day one. That can't be the case all the time.
Because when you host those things, especially the FIFA, any of the FIFA tournaments, you get funding to build or upgrade facilities, right? Yeah. So that's a step that you can't co-host games in the Caribbean. I'm not so sure why.
I don't know if you can co-host. You can host games. I don't know why you wouldn't spread the games around. They're going to play a World Cup in what? 3 continents?
Yeah, but I was talking about Gold Cup, but World Cup you're going to have to.
But I'm saying the World Cup coming up subsequent to the one in the US. The US the Gold Cup, the World Cup coming up, you're going to be in 3 countries.
Uh-huh.
The one subsequent is going to be on 3 continents. So why can't we host games in the Gold Cup in the Caribbean? I don't know why.
I think the statement probably would be surrounded, cater to the fact that if you're hosting, you automatically qualify, right? So
I understand that.
Yeah.
But then that makes it difficult actually.
Yeah.
But we're hosting in the US anyway, so isn't that the same concept? I mean,
the US, Mexico, and Canada.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to need to pick 2 or 3 teams from the region to host.
Who are normally top of the chart, right? So Qatar owes a World Cup, for Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, you pick Jamaica, for example, who's always up there, who's always making it, and they can be automatic qualifiers. Why not?
Right.
Or you pick Trinidad, who always does well and is traditionally in the competition. I'm not sure why you can't do that. You can.
In the interest of the fact that they're trying to spread the game around
But the Jamaica facilities need to improve, so maybe we should be pushing with FIFA to get some money to enhance the stadium facilities so they can host some of these games, some of these tournaments.
So Jed, I believe that Trinidad and Jamaica and maybe Dominican Republic could put a joint bid together to host a Gold Cup in the future in the CFU.
It'd be tough, Qatar. They don't have the money to do that, do they? They don't have the money.
Pardon me? Why we don't have the money? What are you talking about?
To host these events and the infrastructure to do so?
There are fields in Trinidad. There's a stadium in Jamaica, the National Stadium. We would have to then upgrade maybe the stadium in Montego Bay. And Dominican Republic has been hosting the CONCACAF competitions.
They have been. Yeah.
Right. So in truth and in fact, you only really need one stadium in each of the 3 locations, because I think we generally have 4 groups in the Gold Cup.
I mean, it's better to have more stadiums. You might, at least.
So you could, but you don't have as many hotels, I don't think. But I mean, so one country could host 2. Jamaica hosts 1. Trinidad hosts 2. But we have to think outside the box. Dominican Republic hosts 1. We could upgrade the stadium in Catherine Hall and host a second game, because when you went to a lot of the matches outside of the USA, when the USA was playing, those stadiums were empty until you got to like the Mexicos and they really depended on the Latin Americans to let me put this on portrait, the Latin Americans, or the stadia, whatever the stadia, just Latin, isn't it? Right. So we're how many minutes away from the starting lineup?
So
about about 3-4 minutes.
Look, Dwight is saying that air travel would be too expensive. I think right now, like with the Gold Cup, for example, the teams, which is, I mean, you need to consider the fans as well, but the teams travel by chartered flight or private flight or whatever when they move around here, when the Gold Cup is host here in America. So you probably bring that same idea to make the teams getting around much easier.
But I think it would be cheaper because what you would do is house a group in Jamaica. So there'd be no intermediary traveling from East Coast to West Coast to the Southwest. You'd host a team in Dominican Republic, 4 teams in a group. So you could have savings for the teams in the group stage. And savings for CONCACAF who have to undertake that. And then you get to the quarterfinals.
You're breaking up.
That's when you would have movement, but it's more expensive.
Is giving some trouble.
Yeah, it's
I'm breaking up.
It's hard.
Why is that?
It's hard to it's hard to shut him up in us. So the system sometimes takes on that challenge.
Takes on that challenge, right?
Yeah.
October.
That's for sure.
October 12th is the 15th.
So let's try and look and see what's almost 2 more minutes to get the team.
I'm trying to look and see here now. We might be wrong about all of this, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
There's a good chance with cataract drop.
Cataract like it dropped, yeah.
Bahamas might have the best stadium in the Caribbean.
Bahamas?
Yeah.
I don't know actually. Trinidad has good stadiums.
Yeah, a little bit of maintenance, and the national stadium is a good stadium. It needs to be maintained. In Central, there's another good surface there at the moment. I think right now that probably is the best surface in the country, probably. Okay. But games cannot be hosted there.
Why?
The dressing rooms and stuff need to be redone.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to go on the JFF site so I see the team.
Yeah, I'm checking the Instagram now.
Should come out at drop on the hour.
Exactly
at
in the
7
hour.
p.m. Huh? I don't see it on the JFF site.
But isn't it supposed to drop because the starting team would not run out right about now?
No, it drops on an hour before the game, right?
Yeah, that's the game.
The game is 8 o'clock.
So in the stadium, the team comes out.
Oh, to walk around?
To warm up and you see who is the starters, yeah?
I don't think they warm up this early.
An hour before the game?
Yeah, that's
they come out
go
and
out and go back in and then go back out,
yeah. They're probably going to warm up teams don't warm up that long anymore.
No, I don't think it's a long warm up. You come and they do some walking around to stretch the limbs.
Well, Simon normally drop it, so let's wait until he said Simon.
Okay.
Jamaica,
But
I'm looking at JFF. I don't see it.
Fans are in bated breath.
Are you nervous, Cataract?
Am I nervous? Do I sound nervous to you?
Yes.
Whop them and slap them.
All right, the team dropped. The team dropped. So
the drop out, come on.
And Sir Cranky, you're going to be able to bring up the graphic and
Lee Low Bernard Lembasaki.
Well, I don't do that. Name of
DJ Bailey. Who is?
Why is it coming up? I put it up, but it's not coming up. Oh, here's the team.
Look, Dwight is putting up a team here.
Yeah, here's the team. So I can't pull up Whisper.
So I have a Whisper.
Am I missing something?
So, okay.
What's the team I
So
have?
let's get it. Let's get it down.
No, wait, I'm missing something. Hold up. Let me check again.
Blake, Low Bernard, Dexter, Lee. Lambert.
Yeah, that's a team.
Is that the team?
Lambert, Johnson, Bailey, Bobby, Gray, Antonio.
Yeah, that's the team.
Cat. Well, I had one wrong in
You had
DJ.
you said Bobby Reed would have to start.
Yeah, but Bobby is starting.
Bobby's not there. That's Whisper. I just put another Whisper up there, but that's Whisper.
No, but I see Devon Porter has put up Bobby, Gray, Antonio, Bailey, Johnson, Lambert. Or is that your team, Devon? Are you doing madness? What's the real starting 11? So can we take that comment?
Another YouTuber just text me, not Manning's man, but somebody else just text me. That's what they think. So I don't know. Let me go check and see if JPL side have it.
So Devon, no, but you're confusing us. Who has put up Devon's comment? If it's not the real team, then don't confuse the fans. Can we move on to another comment, or do we get the real team? This is causing anxiety.
My understanding, this is a real team. Coach's desk just sent me this.
Here's the team.
Coach's desk have it there. Yeah, that's the team.
The one that Devon has put up, that's the real team.
No, the one that coach's desk just put up. The coach's desk team.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We have a graphic on this stream that doesn't have the real team. So I'm asking if we can change that graphic.
Sorry. That's Devon.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
So what's the real team?
That's the real team.
Good. Blake,
Natty, DJ, Whisper,
LB,
Leon. Oh God, he's got that now. FP, Gray, Antonio.
That's the team.
Interesting.
I am confused as
what?
Wow.
Why?
So everyone, just give us here before we go. We're gonna conclude soon. Just give us your mark out of 10 for this team that you see up here.
Could we hear why Cataract is confused before he goes? Before we go?
Because I don't know who playing in the central attacking midfield.
Bailey.
Is it?
Whisper gonna play out wide, Gray playing out wide. That's to be Bailey. He played
So we have
that's where he
three
played in the Gold Cup. That's where he played in the Gold Cup.
This is a 3-winger formation. Okay.
Yeah, but in the Gold Cup, Bailey played inside, right? Bailey played off Antonio.
To what result?
No, it's not about the result, but the coach is putting on back at the right. He wants to keep trying it. I would agree with you that it didn't really work as far as I'm concerned, but he's still trying it. So give him an A for effort. Or maybe an E for effort. Right?
Well, I stick with the 2-1. I'm really hoping that Antonio.
I see Duckland give it a 6. People are not totally happy with this team. Hala Madrid gives it a 4. Which player you think should be replaced? Commenters.
When you look at the bench, this is a strong team with the opportunity to bring Bobby Reed, Shaman Nicholson, Romario Williams, who can all affect the game if needed be positively. Wow.
So on the bench, you have a bunch of players, right? You have Kemar Foster, you have Jamel Wade, Kevin Lambert, Kyle Ming, Hector, Damari Phillips, Bobby Reed, Shamar Nicholson, Anderson, King, Williams, Anglin. So you have everybody on the bench. Bobby Reed is on the bench. Hector is on the bench. Lambert is on the bench. Anderson is on the bench. Romario Williams. All those players played the last game. So all 5 of them are on the bench. They all played the last game.
Why so many people scoring this team so low?
I think they probably believe that
Bobby Reed is on the bench.
Because Bobby Reed is on the bench.
And Lowe is on the field. And I think Lowe is on the field also. I think Bobby Reed and Lowe are probably 2.
And then you have the whisper haters who gonna
and the Bailey personal.
I don't know. I don't know that you will. It's right to call them haters if they're making a point based on something that seemed logical. I don't know if they should be labeled haters for that. They have a difference of opinion.
They are whispering. They are genuine
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to
There
deal
are
with
people who say that Whisper shouldn't be the team because from a perspective where you don't know. So I'm telling you that there are people who say Whisper shouldn't be the team because he's born in October. He shouldn't be the team because he doesn't have dreadlocks. Like no rational reason. Because we have had teams before, including the great 1918, where an unknown quantity and an unknown teenager was brought into the squad to good effect. Give the youngster a try. He has never played badly for Jamaica. He has always done his best, being among the top. Even when we drew with Trinidad and Tobago and lost 1-0 in the stadium, he was one of the better players.
Yeah, but this is quarter of a century later. I mean, that same logic.
Big up the team. 2-1, victory to Reggae Boyz, 3 points in the bag, top of the group. If Trinidad can keep it up, we'll see where the big boys hang out. Who are you likely to play against?
Probably Costa Rica.
So you're going to play against Costa Rica, and we are playing either Costa Rica or Canada.
Well, I mean, nobody knows right now because in that group, even though Trinidad has 9 points, there's still a lot of work to do. There's not a you have games.
So there seems to be a consensus, not consensus, but some perspective saying Lambakisi is going to have a challenging time. I assume that view is because Lowe is starting, I guess.
But that's why we have to talk about the opponent, right? Because the opponent has
Whisper's playing, right? So Whisper's playing. Because Whisper doesn't play defense. He doesn't run back and support enough. They have to keep calling him to. If he knows when he played the last game, he got a lot of instruction from Bailey and others about his positioning. So he'll have to be talked to throughout the entire evening to make sure he does his defensive duties because he doesn't do that well. Yeah. So, Andre, we've come to the end of the program. It's always great you being here and co-hosting. I know Cataract, somebody seems to be joining late. They come after the program is done because I run this somewhere. We're done it. So, final comments. Cataract, you still there?
I'm still here.
Final comments before we go?
Still expect a victory. I'm in shock at the non-starting of Bobby Reid. But support my side 100%. Those in Kingston, some of the man them where I'm down attraction because when you see a ball players and give a team a big support. I'm calling out, it is still time for those Jamaicans in Trinidad, those of you who are in Arima, Diego Martin. I don't think I can carry from Tobago now. But those who are up at UA, St. Augustine, just forward to the game, man, and give Jamaica support. Let's see some black, green, and gold in the stands. You know what I mean? And I think Haiti will regret this decision that they didn't play the match in Miami, where they would have had raucous, not almost like a home game. But big up Jamaica. Damari to score, and I think it's time Michael Antonio comes alive.
So I need somebody to the stream. Carlton Lovelace, you came late. We're closing down the program. Any comments before we close down? Carlton, you came late to the program. Hello? Carlton, you there?
Nobody's there.
Nobody's there.
I saw somebody there, trust me.
No, nobody's there.
Final comments, Andre?
I just saw a message, Cataract, that said Bobby Reid tried red mango and it didn't work out too good for him.
Whatever that means.
It's not the one with the burn.
You see, Cataract can't hold up. But look, the game is up in 45 minutes, and what can I say? I wish Jamaica good luck, and hopefully they can get a win and stay on top of the table and continue the journey. I think it probably has not gone as smooth as expected, but you're getting points. The coach winning games, and hopefully it get to where it need to go and he continue winning games. So See what
I
happens.
have a closing question for you. Who will the local Trinidadian football public who venture to the game? Who do you think they will be cheering for? Trinidad, Jamaica, or Haiti?
For Jamaica. For Jamaica.
Comments on here.
I don't know. I think it's
Comments on
I hear somebody in the background. I think the idea that Trinidad would support, not support Jamaica or want Jamaica to lose, and I'm not so sure that is that's
Well, there's a heated dancehall rivalry between Prince Swami's camp and Byron Mesa and TJ and Jamaica.
it's
So
all in your head, Cataract. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Trust me, it's not reality.
All right, so we're gonna close out. We're gonna close out, everyone, because I have to go. I see my birthday cake is right here. I will go enjoy it. So I'll say this, which is, it's great being here. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you are in the chat and we're closing down, please hit the like button before you go, so others can see this video, like it, and enjoy it. We appreciate you being here, sharing the last 3+ hours with us. Obviously, Cataract came on to spoil the program like he normally does, but we were able to maintain some modicum of calmness and normalcy, which is very difficult to do with him. So Cataract, thank you for joining us, because it's hard trying to manage you.
Round of applause. I think he did well today. This has been his best.
Yeah, he did well. He did well.
well
Maybe
today.
the first time ever. He did well today. As well as it can be done. And Andre, always good hosting with you.
Same
Thanks
here.
for bringing me along, and hopefully we can celebrate Trinidad going to the next round, which they will be, and Jamaica beating Haiti and playing a lesser ranked team in the next round. So everyone, thank you. Please watch the game, enjoy the game, and don't critique the coach too much. All right? Take care.
What kind of cake are you having?
I have no idea. It looked good though. They have some yellow in it, some white in it. They run out of space for candles for age. They couldn't have enough. They don't have enough space on there. So
Happy birthday, Bertram.
I'm sure it's not red velvet. I'm sure it's not red velvet.
all right.
Text
Whatever,
me a slice.
whatever.
Text me a slice, okay?
All right.
All right,
Thanks
take care,
everyone.
brother. Cataract later, okay?